Hey, what's going on, everyone? We're playing WebFishing, dude. WebFishing Wednesday. I'm here with Jacob and Mag. Dude, how is everybody?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good too.
I gotta tell you guys,
How
dude.
about you?
I think that's the first intro where I didn't just stutter over WebFishing like 10 times.
Hell yeah.
I don't even like
Getting
stutter.
good.
Nice.
Like I'm not laughing at anyone with a stutter or anything. Like like I know plenty of people who have like speech impediments or whatever. But like I generally don't have one. It's because I'm never nervous. But when I get on here and I try to say WebFishing, dude, it's over. It's
I
a rep.
understand.
I edited one of these, dude, like a week or two ago, and I'm just WebFishing.
Welcome to WebFishing.
That's exactly what I sound like.
That's okay. I've been watching your streams that I'm on. One, to give you the views, two, to critique myself, basically.
Right.
And I have, like, the same laugh every single time I laugh. And I'm like, that has to change.
Oh, everyone's filing in. Welcome to the stream, everybody. No, I think, and listen, I'm not. I think it's like a neurodivergent thing because you, me, and Jacob, all three of us. I've noticed. I know what you're talking about. We all three go ha ha
Exactly.
ha.
Exactly. I like do the three little ha's and then I'm done.
Yeah, dude. I think that's just an us thing, dude. I think we all do that.
Maybe. No.
I hate to say it. I think we all three do it. I think it's just a part of life.
That's fine. I can live with it if we all three do it.
Yeah,
But,
I'm not
like, I was
judging.
watching, I think I was watching our Wild Frost stream,
Mm.
and like every like 10 seconds, I'm doing the little ha ha ha,
Ha-ha.
and I'm like, no, 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 no.
It's always like like 5 to 10 seconds after like whatever's been said too. It's always like a little pause, and then one of us will.
Exactly.
Well, you know what's Jacob? You've been gone for a few streams, brother. You've been on vacation. How
Yeah.
was it?
It was good. I went out to Tennessee. I wandered around. I walked up and down a mountain and I slept up there.
Slept on the
Oh
mountain.
yeah.
Yep, I slept up on top of the mountain in a little cabin. With no power.
That's terrible, dude. That sounds like what I imagine Hill to be.
No, it was great. And a squirrel snuck in and tried to eat my peanuts.
What the heck?
Yeah.
What was the best part,
Yeah.
highlight of the trip, dude?
It's probably laying down in the bed after we got up to the top of the mountain.
Right. That was your highlight, going to sleep. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it was pretty good going to sleep after you walked all that way.
Be honest with me. I know how you are when you go out of town. How many baby mamas did you get?
Never tell.
I think that's Willow, the little deer character. I believe that's Willow, right? I can never see their name.
Go to the
Why
player
can't I
list.
remember what Willow looks like?
That may not be
Willow.
Willow.
You can look at
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
player
that's
list.
Willow.
Yeah, that's Willow with the deer antler. What is that? Stinky, dude? I don't want that. I got a stinky thing. But yeah, Jacob, how many baby mamas did you get in Tennessee this time?
I won't tell.
You have to tell, dude.
No.
For tax purposes, you have to tell.
Well, I'm definitely not telling now.
Why?
Well, for taxes, the more the better, right? I don't know.
Only if you're married. For Jacob, I don't know.
Oh.
Also, I don't
Yeah,
know if
but
that's even true.
arguments.
I'm just talking. I have no idea if that's true. Did you, besides hiking,
Purpose is 0.
did you do anything else in Tennessee?
Wandered around, ate a bunch, did an escape room.
Oh, you did send me the picture. That was cool. I love a good escape room.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Was
I
it that
got
same
a
place we
whole
went to
bunch of
before?
gems. Yeah. Actually, it was in the same exact spot. They just changed out the game.
Yeah, but they usually have like 2 or 3 rooms per place. I didn't know if they changed, or if they just change it all the time, or if they just have different ones. I don't know.
They have, I think it was 5 different games that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But last time when I played it with you, we did the Mission Mars one,
Yeah.
and they don't have that one anymore. They changed it out for one kind of about going through a tomb and finding the treasure sort of a thing.
Oh. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, right? I kind of am an arrogant person sometimes. When I watch movies like the Saw movies or something, I'm like, if someone kidnapped me and put me in like a real life escape room like that, I could get out. That'd be fun.
No,
Hell yeah.
absolutely not.
I could, dude.
Do
Yeah.
you not remember the second the giant flashing red button popped up and you immediately slammed your hand on it?
Yeah, but that's part of the bit. You have to. That's how we ended up escaping. And, you know what I mean?
Only after we
Quite a
almost
bit.
died.
Yeah, but it's kind of a bit, dude. I bet if Jigsaw had set that up, he's like, press the red button, and he expects me not to press it, but I'm gonna press it, and it's just gonna let me out.
Based. Oh, there's been a change in my mic setup and stuff
Mm-hmm.
since the last time we streamed. My birds are right outside my window, so if you hear some beeping and need me to pause, let me know.
Okay. On a second note, is it possible that we maybe could, like, I don't want to say, like, attack the birds viciously, but, like, you know.
Make chicken wings?
I
Yeah!
won't fight you. I
No.
won't fight you.
No.
You're my children.
Well, not
Even
literally.
the one I don't like.
And some people fight their children, so.
No, I love them. One of my birds is my same age, which is very fun.
All I'm saying is, like, imagine if Casey Anthony was here right now, and she was like, don't mess with my pet goldfish, dude. Those are like my kids. That wouldn't that wouldn't have a lot of weight to me. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so you don't love that goldfish.
No, you should love your kids, especially if they're pets.
I'm not saying I don't love my pets. I'm saying Casey Anthony might not love her pets.
Okay, but you know me. Do you think I love my pets?
Depends on the pet, I guess.
I love my
I
birds.
think there could be favoritism.
There absolutely is favoritism between the two birds.
Dang it, dude, I knew it.
Well, one of them is a sweet little lady who like lets me hold her and talks to me and is my friend, and we have the same birthday, so we like celebrate together, and it's really sweet.
Hmm.
The other one has tried to take one of my fingers off on multiple occasions.
So, dude? That's, you know
No,
what?
That's just what birds do.
Yeah, dude, that's just normal.
That's just a bird being a bird.
No, he's good. I rescued him. He's traumatized and doesn't like people, so I understand why he bites and why he acts the way he does. But he doesn't like me.
Dude, you know what's kind of crazy? Is I really like birds. Not really. I don't like birds. Like, I don't like actual birds. But I kind of like birds as an aesthetic. Like, when I like a lot of my favorite Pokemon are the bird Pokemon. I love the bird Pokemon. And then also, when I used to play Magic the Gathering, they do this thing called, like, Secret Lair, where they release, like, special, like, sets of art, like, art cards that, they only release for, like, a limited time, like, for a short print run. Like, they're pretty rare. And, the only time I ever really cared about getting a Secret Lair, well, I got a few of them, but the main time I got into it was they released a set that was, like, all these, like, from the game, like, these fantasy birds, like, from the Magic's history, but they were, like, changed to be, like, real-life birds. Like, instead of these, like, magical phoenixes and stuff, they were just, like, regular birds you could find in the world, and I was like, I gotta get that set, dude, that's awesome. But when it comes to real birds, I'm like, I don't know, they're a little loud.
They are very loud, but I love them. I have 2 African greys, so more often than not, they're mimicking either words or sounds,
Mm-hmm.
which is very fun.
Have you seen the TikTok of the guy who has the birds he trains to, like, talk? And one of them, whenever he doesn't know what a thing's called, it just calls it Shrek.
Yes,
I love that bird.
I love them.
Shrek.
Shrek.
The frog.
He'd be like, what is this shape? Cube. And he's like, no. And he's like, a Shrek.
How's that Shrek?
I love that bird, dude.
Absolutely. African greys are just so smart. Sometimes I think they're smarter than me, but it's fine.
Whoa.
Me and Cynthia would look up this list a while ago of, like, the top, like, cause I feel like it's a very disputed list we were looking up who like the most intelligent animals are besides humans, because I thought octopuses were like a lot higher, but apparently they're not by these lists. They weren't. They were in the top 10, but not super high. But then one time a list had humans at number 9 or something, and I was like, well, listen, brother, y'all don't know how you spin this to make me look like the 9th best animal. That's not going to happen.
That's fair. Yeah, it's really hard to measure animal intelligence. I mean, hell, it's hard to measure human intelligence because even like IQ tests and stuff
Right.
are not that reliable and fluctuate a lot. You can test the same person over and over and get different results.
Plus, like, the thing was all the animals are smart in different ways. You know what I mean? Like, it would be
Yeah.
like some birds are so social and they have, like, societies and stuff, and like, that's great. And, like, octopuses would get scored low because they're not social. But also, they literally can camouflage and, like, use a spoon as a knife. You know what I mean? Like, they're tool users.
Right, and no matter
Yeah.
what we do, we are measuring animal intelligence by our own, like, merits.
Right.
So we're just basically asking animals to perform the task that we think makes them intelligent. I mean, there could be an animal out there that's like a super genius, even by our own standards, but we just can't measure their intelligence in a way
Right.
that we
Like,
perceive.
we don't... Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very strange... I bet they think we're stupid, honestly.
Absolutely. No, my bird colonel absolutely thinks I'm stupid. That's
Why?
why he hates me. I don't know. I just get the vibe. He thinks he's better than me. Like, we fight a little bit. It's fine. I love him.
Both of my cats are dumb, and I don't mean that in a hateful way. Like, I love them to death. They're my little babies, but they're not very smart.
That's okay.
They've
They're
been...
just a little
Supposed to
dorky.
be smart.
Cynthia,
Yeah.
they didn't pass the there's a test, I guess, online where you take your cat and pick them up and kind of slowly kind of like just walk them into a wall, and if they're smart they'll put their paws up and be like no, you know, or they'll just let their head run into the wall. And I'm ashamed to say both of my sweet little ladies took one to the noggin.
I've actually heard a very different take on that exact test. It could be that your cats just really, really trust you.
Well,
Like, they're like, oh, he won't bump me into the wall too hard.
I didn't do it hard for sure. You know, it's a little baby, little soft tap, but I bet they don't trust me anymore because they did go into the wall.
They gotta test him again.
I do think my cats love me though. Like, one of them has separation anxiety from me, so like they definitely have like an attachment. So I can see
I'm sure
that.
the viewers know. She's always screaming
Yeah.
on your streams.
Oh, that reminds me. I'll put a picture of my dog sleeping and sharing is caring because she's a little dork and I love her.
What kind of person do you think your animals would be if they were like humans? What kind of people do you think they would be?
Princess, my older bird,
Mhm.
is just a very nice person. She's nice. She volunteers her time. She, like, sews for people, probably. Colonel is a serial killer. That's my other bird. My dog is a nervous Gen Z influencer.
What about you, Jacob?
Yeah.
Oh, you go ahead. You got more animals. Go ahead.
No, I have tons of animals, but I was gonna say that's all I'm gonna say because those are my 3 main ones.
I got you.
Max, my cat, is like just the stupidest person you would ever see. Like, genuinely lobotomized.
No.
And has extreme separation anxiety and hates everybody.
Willow
The
said.
other,
Oh, go ahead.
Ash,
Sorry.
I feel like I think Ash would be a Karen.
The Karen? No, dude. She's
Yeah.
evil. She's mean.
Yeah, she's definitely mean.
She is definitely mean, yeah. She's like a mean Karen.
Willow said that their
Got a
dog
little
would be an
bit.
energetic teenage white boy, and I don't really know. I mean, it sounds like they'd be a pretty cool dude.
No, that sounds annoying.
I used to be an energetic teenage white boy, dude, once upon a time.
I know.
Not her agreeing. She's like, yeah, I know.
With a sigh, heavy sigh and all, dude. I think Marcats and Cynthia, you can have a different opinion. You can jump in, dude. But I think that Kiki would be a very autistic goth girl. Like, I mean, super on the spectrum, borderline nonverbal.
Yeah.
And I mean that with all the love in my heart. And I think Tabby would just be like a sassy businesswoman.
Sassy. Yeah, she definitely is sassy.
Kiki,
She likes people, but she is kind of antisocial when she wants to be.
she gets petting
Yeah,
aggression too.
lizard
When
the exact same way.
sassy, dude, you got a sassy lizard.
Yeah, I got a sassy lizard.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Kiki used to do this
What kind of
thing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Bearded dragon.
Hell yeah. I used to have a leopard gecko.
Oh, cool. I also just got a new pet last week.
What'd you get?
I currently have it stuffed in a drawer.
Oh,
It,
You have a pet
it's
in a
an
drawer?
ant. Yeah,
An
it's
ant?
an ant. The queen
Hell
ant.
yeah. That's neat,
Picked
actually.
it up
I
out of
really
a
like
garden.
ants.
how do you know it's the queen ant if you
Yeah,
got it out of the
he's a-
garden?
I got a whole setup and everything. I've got them in a test tube stuffed in a drawer in the dark. Where they like to be.
I don't know enough about ants to call PETA on you yet, but I'm watching you.
For the first, like, week or so, you have to keep them isolated in a dark area until they have their first workers.
You know what I wouldn't mind getting into, dude? I think I know it sounds dangerous and also scary, and I would hate it, but I think I wouldn't mind trying to be like a beekeeper.
We have
Oh, hey.
bees.
You
I'm
bees?
definitely gonna get bees in
Yeah.
the future.
Dude, I don't even like honey or anything. I think it'd be so selfless because I don't even like want anything that they make. You know what I mean?
With domestic bees, if you keep them, you do have to harvest the honey.
I mean, I'll harvest it for them. You know what I mean? But it's like milking your cow. It's like I don't have to drink dairy to help them out. But like, I don't care if I just sell it or just give it to people or something. Like I don't. I just think they're cool. I think bees are little like cool animals.
They're really, really neat. I went to an entomology camp one time because I had like scholarships and stuff and was almost an entomologist. And I was focusing on like bees and stuff. Actually, last night I was working on a character design thing that I've started where I'm making like anthropomorphic bees and stuff.
Have you heard of this? Now, I can't remember what country is. I want to say Africa off the top of my head, but they may not be right. There's a country somewhere, there's a place where there's like a mountaintop where bees like make their hive off the edge of the mountain. And it's like this honey that gets you like high, like it's like a drug. And people will climb up this mountain and dangle off the mountain fighting with bees to get their honey.
Hell yeah,
Mad honey.
that's me.
It's mad honey.
That's what it is, Jacob. Where's that at, dude?
Yeah.
Is that in Africa?
I can't remember. I think it's in Africa.
I think that's where I heard, but I don't know. I'm not certain. Have you heard about this, Mac?
I haven't. Well, I've heard about like the honey that makes you mad or whatever, but
Yeah.
I haven't heard of like the location.
So it just gets you like a real high. It's like a real like kind of unique high, and people just get addicted to it. And so they go up here, like they get high out of their noodle and climb up on a mountain and fight like bees out of their hive to get this honey.
Hell yeah.
I actually watched a little documentary sort of thing on it, and the people who live in that area, almost none of them actually take it. They
Mhm.
just collect it and sell it to Chinese people for like stupid profit.
You know what? I don't think it is in Africa. I think it's in Asia. Now that you're saying that, I think it's like an Asian country.
Might be. I don't know. I forgot the name of the country it was in, so.
That's the kind of bees I want to raise, dude. I'm gonna get little crazy bees and get mad honey.
Well,
Hell
the thing
yeah.
is, they're regular bees. It's just the type of flowers that they get nectar from.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll have to get those flowers and put them around my house.
And different bees use different like plants to make their honey, so all honey tastes slightly different depending on like what those bees prefer. I apparently like clover honey.
Oh, I don't like honey at all, really.
Orange blossom honey is really good too.
I eat honey every day.
Not me, dude. I like to say if it is not slathered in red 40, dude, and put through a processing plant, it's not for me.
We'll get you some red honey.
Some red honey, dude.
Yeah.
I do think I'm
Red 40.
totally on board with banning red 40. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. How like by 2026 or something, 2028, something, red 40 and like other dyes are gonna be like illegal or you have to replace them or whatever. And I know that's healthy. I'm all on board, but I do think it's one last hurrah. Like kind of like I did with TikTok. Like when they ban it, I am gonna sit down and drink just a gallon of red 40.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah, Cynthia can't. She's actually like allergic to it, so she can't. But I am. Just one more for the road.
One nice glug
go
of
ahead.
the cancer juice before you go.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob, listen. No one, including RFK, has proven that yet, and we're waiting for the evidence. So maybe chill out. Maybe not everything America does is evil. Maybe once in a while we just like to dye our things red.
No, everything America does is evil.
Not everything,
You don't know
dude.
enough
What about American Idol?
think.
I still think that's kind of evil. It's kind of exploitative
Yeah.
of people who, like, just want their talents to be recognized.
Oh, dude. What about the Olympics?
We
don't
don't
think
do that.
was,
That's a global-
Yeah, that's
yeah.
not America.
We win. We win it every time.
Because we have a lot, like a large pool of people to pull from.
Americans. Good, honest to God Americans. I can't believe we're the champions of the universe and you guys want to just knock that away. Like, yeah, no, it's not that big, dude. It's not that big a deal. It's not. Come on now.
You can be really, really good at everything and still be an awful person.
I actually think you're more likely to be good at things and bad at things. I would actually say this is not the land of the free, it's the land of the extremes. You know what I think we should bring back, dude? I don't really like modern country music. I know some people like it. It's fine. I don't like it. It's whatever. You know, people like what they like. But I do like old country music when they just sang about how awesome America used to be, dude. And I think we should bring that back.
Oh, see, I
Yeah.
classify that genre of country music still with, like, the modern country music.
Mm-hmm.
I really like 80s and 90s country music where all they did was sing about, like, how much they hate cops.
I think it's an American pastime to hate cops. I think people who love America also hate cops. I think that's fine. Like, honestly, I'm not, you know, people say he has political opinions. He's also passed away. I'm not going to speak on any of that. But sometimes if I need to hype myself up, I blast a little Toby Keith, you know? A little red, white, and
I
blue.
do understand. Yeah, because if he comes on, I'm like, oh, this was my childhood, and I'm kind of hyped.
Dude, listen, the thing is, I don't have to love what America does, but when it comes right down to it, I love America. You know, I've been propaganda, whatever, dude. I've drank the
Yeah.
Kool-Aid. I'm all in.
That's fair.
Especially, dude, look, I love all people. I love learning about other cultures, you know what I mean? Like, I want to visit, like, Asia and just, like, be part of that. But don't ever let me see someone badmouth America, dude, because it's on.
Oh, if an English person badmouths America, I'm right there with you.
Dude, I mean, like, you guys suck. What are you talking about, dude? You talking about how we suck? You guys are like us, but worse.
Exactly.
At least our food's good.
Without guns and beans on toast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We put beans on our guns, dude, and red 40 on our toast.
Yeah. The way it should be.
I hate when other
Red
people from
40.
other... Yes, dude, red 40 toast. American delicacy. Dude, I'm telling you, nothing sets me off like when someone from another country, and this is a real thing that happens to me all the time. This isn't a fictional thing I've made up in my head. All the time, foreigners are telling me how much they hate America, and I'm always getting upset about it.
I understand. I went to an art college with a lot of people from other countries there,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of them would to my face be like, "Oh, I hate it here. I hate America. I hate what you're doing." And I'm like, "But you're here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't have to be here. There's art schools in France."
That's the thing about other countries, right? And I don't know. I've never really been to another country much, so like I'm a little ignorant. But I do think that they're like, I mean, every country sucks, but we'll still visit the other ones because they all suck equally. America's just a little bit better in that, like, yeah, it sucks, but like not as much as the other places. Like I'm not gonna leave.
I've been out of the country exactly once, and I think I was like 4 years old when I did.
I bet it was awful, dude. Where'd you go?
Jamaica.
Oh, actually, Jamaica seems pretty cool.
It is not handicap accessible.
Well, it
In
is
the slightest.
an impoverished country, so.
Yeah. They would literally have like a handicap entrance sign, and then it would point towards like 3 flights of stairs.
How does that make any sense?
Well, the other entrance has 5 flights of stairs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the other one look like?
Yeah.
They're not only handicap inaccessible, they're actively fighting against handicapped people.
Yeah, and granted, this was in like 2000 or 2001 or somewhere around that time. So
Yeah.
they might have changed a lot. Who knows? But it really stuck with my family.
Dude, that's awesome. That's pretty great. You know what'd be fun if they doubled down, dude? They doubled down. What if they built an elevator, but when you press the button and the door slides open, it just leads to stairs?
Yeah, and they make you wait for a while too.
Yeah, it's got
Like, the
music.
elevator's coming
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of freak with that, dude. That's kind of funny. I don't know. Jamaica kind of got you.
That's fair. That's valid.
You know what I want to do, dude? I know so many gay people, dude. I have an abnormal amount of gay friends to be a straight white dude. Like, everyone I talk to besides Jacob's gay. And, I would love to just take one of you, dude. You or Andrea or somebody gay in my life. Destiny. And I just want to take them to specifically the part of Africa where that guy is from who goes, "Why are you gay?"
Okay, while the meme is funny, I don't want to be hate crimed, so I'm going to,
Don't worry, I'll be
check this
with you.
offer. I don't know if you're enough.
I'm enough, dude. Trust me. No one bothers me here in America.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh,
favorite. That's top 3 meme for sure. When he goes, "Why are you gay?"
That's valid. It's a good meme.
Not you doing it for the all.
What would you, like, if he asked you that, what would you say?
Women.
Yeah, that's a good argument. I get that.
That's my entire answer.
He probably would have been like, "Yeah, you got me there."
Women do be womenin.
They do be
Yeah,
women
they
in.
do be.
I wish Andrea was in this chat and she would agree. That's my sister.
Get her on
Yeah,
here, dude. Get her.
She's literally married to a woman, so she do be womenin.
Hell yeah. I am not married. Sadly, no.
You know, getting married's pretty awesome, dude. But it's okay to be single. You know, here's honestly how I look at it, dude. Because I've seen a lot of people married who don't work out, and I gotta say, like, I don't think marriage is for everyone. I don't think there is somebody for everybody, and I mean that in a respectful, loving way. Like, I think that, like,
Some people are better single.
yeah, I really do think
Yeah.
that, and that's okay.
Yeah. I just, in my most recent relationship, which literally ended in 2022, so it's been a while, we started talking about marriage, and I started experiencing the worst anxiety I've had in my life, and I was like, oh, I don't want this, actually.
Actually, I'm good.
You know what?
Actually, I'm good.
I really do think, and I don't speak for every human on Earth at all. You know what I mean? Like, this is just me kind of generalizing a little bit. I do think this is a lesbian relationship thing, and I wonder what 2 guys who get married are like, because I'm married, right? And my experience is literally like, yeah, that sounds cool, and then I proposed, and then we did all the marriage stuff, and literally she would just come to me and be like, "Do you like these flowers?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she'd be like, "What about these flowers?" I'm like, "Oh, those are great too." I mean, it's all awesome. Honestly, the fact that I've made it to where I'm not having a courthouse wedding is like just a miracle to me.
Hell yeah. I have a cousin who's a gay guy who was married for a bit. I think his husband stole money from him.
Oof.
So, does that help you?
No, I guess my question is during the planning, were they both like, "Yeah, sounds good, bro"?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't think so, because one of them had to have the, like, it wasn't just me pulling up pictures. It was me going like in depth, like, what flower do I want, and just having your approval.
There's this
Now, I know for two
mystique.
women.
Yeah, I've been to a lesbian wedding. There's
Yeah,
this
you
mystique
know.
around gay guys that they're very like, this has to look right and it's gonna be a fairy tale beautiful wedding. But I do like to imagine that they just went to the dollar store and got the first like decorations they saw.
Hell yeah, but see, that would be me because I'm not someone that cares. Okay, I hate flowers, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and don't like most things that are involved in wedding planning. So I'm like, that was one of the big things. I was like, I not interested. Thank you.
Yeah. I tell you, what the hardest part is right, and I'm not even like, I don't think me and
Bro,
Cynthia
you
either.
barely play. Thing.
Well, I'm not talking about the planning, but just the worst part about like the getting married. Like, it depends on your family too. Some people probably just aren't like this or whatever, and not everyone. Like a lot of people, like my mom, my grandparents, my stepdad Jacob. Like a lot of people in my family were super helpful and like great. My best man was great, but some people in my more distant family, and I feel like this is maybe a thing with weddings, is a lot of people will make weddings about themselves, even if they like literally are like not even talk to you. You know what I mean? Like the most distant human on earth from you.
Yeah.
And I'm like not a person who made the wedding about like I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm literally just in love with my wife and I'm trying to get married. Like I'm really not here for the theatrics of it. You know?
Yeah.
That's not to say it wasn't awesome. It was a great time. It was very beautiful and fun, and I got to be with the people I love. It was very great. I just think some people get very like selfish about weddings that aren't theirs to get selfish about.
I frequent a lot of wedding subreddits, so I understand. Who's this walking water out here?
I don't know, dude.
But as much as I don't want to get married, I love going to a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't mind sitting and waiting and being a little bit bored. I just like weddings that don't involve me.
Right.
You just like showing up, sitting down, eating the food and the cake, and leaving.
Yeah, I also just like listening and I don't know. I like chilling.
For the most part, ours was very like non-problematic. It was mostly good. I mean, it was like I don't have a bad thing to say about it because it's my wedding day. It's great. So like, I think some people get a little too stressed about weddings, and at some point, I understand you want it to be special, you want it to be a big day or whatever. But there is a point where it's like, what are we doing this for?
Yeah, exactly. Because one of my reservations about it is, what is the point? Like, is it a party you're throwing for your family? Is it a celebration for yourself? Is it I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts that I've had to have because of my ex being like, hi, we need to, like, actually start talking about marriage soon. I was like, nope, goodbye.
Yeah, it's... Cynthia, what do you think about weddings, dude? I'm sure you've got thoughts, dude.
I do think that me and Blake did our wedding mostly around what our families wanted, but not to say I didn't enjoy it.
I think for us, it just... We weren't super, like, oh, weddings are important. You know what I mean? Like, we're not, like, very traditional people in that way. I think. Is that what you mean? Like...
Yeah, like... I mean, I wanted to be married to you, but I didn't necessarily care about having this crazy grand wedding or anything like that.
Right.
Because I'm not very close to a lot of my family, so basically, I didn't really care too much. I just wanted to what family did come happy and be like, oh yeah, they had a nice church wedding, even though I didn't go to church, but
yeah, I feel
honestly, like, the only two people who I invited who were like not in my family were Mac and your family, and my best man Eric, and his girlfriend he brought and everything. Literally, those are the two people I was the most, besides like other people in my wedding, like Jacob, like my cousins, like other people who were in my wedding and stuff. But like, just seeing my two friends show up was like, that's all. I was like, hell yeah, dude, everyone's here.
Hell yeah.
All two of them.
I was so excited for y'all's wedding. I cannot express how excited I was.
I feel like our wedding was fun. It was
It
just
was.
really relaxed, not too much. I feel like.
Absolutely.
This would honestly be my advice to anybody getting married, is like, now some people feel about it differently because of people's traditions and their beliefs and things like that. It means different things to different people. But for the average person, I would say, don't get too caught up in the actual ceremony, because honestly, plan out your honeymoon and have a good time on that. That's going to be more fun. You know what I mean?
Hell
True.
yeah.
That was the best part of getting married. Shit.
It was awesome, dude. Oh, I have a great story. Actually, I've written it down on things to talk about. A great story from our honeymoon. Um, this was probably one of the last crazy things I've done in my life, on purpose. Before I settled down and was like, yeah, I gotta stop acting like this. I love a good aquarium. I am obsessed with a good aquarium, dude. And Tennessee has a badass aquarium. The Ripley's Believe It or Not aquarium is really good by my standards. Yeah. So I've been there several times. This is maybe my third or second time there, though, our honeymoon. And we go all out for our honeymoon. Like I said, this is my advice. Go all out for your honeymoon. And we did. We really, like, saved up, and, we just had a great honeymoon. And we did everything, everywhere we went. Like, we went to the aquarium, and they were like, we have separate attractions, on a family vacation. My family been like, no way, pal, you're not doing all that extra mess. We're going to see the fish, and that's it. No. I was like, dude, I'll drop a cool 500, 1,000, whatever you need. I want to do as much with these fish as I can. And so we got, like, the all-included pass thing. And I got to feed some stingrays as part of that. And they give you, like, a little rod with, like, you hook, like, fish on there to feed them. And in the stingray aquarium where they come up to, or, like, the little pond they have where they come up and you pet them, which is awesome, by the way. If you've never petted a stingray, it's just pure happiness. It's awesome. They're little, like, catfish. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Not catfish, but they're, like, fish who act like cats.
Yeah.
And I was feeding them, dude, and there's one little, like, little tiny shark in this little pond. And I was just over there having a grand time, dude. I was going crazy playing with the fish. And this guy was like, hey, the aquarium dude, he's like the old guy. He's like, listen. And I thought he was kind of joking with me. He was kind of being jokey with this, like, the whole time I was over there, telling little jokes. So I thought he was kidding. He was like, listen, I'm about to go in there, and I got to do some stuff for a minute. I trust you to be out here, but don't dare pet that shark. That shark will get you. And I thought he was just kind of being playful, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I was like, they wouldn't put a shark in here. They can bite people. There's, that's crazy. Obviously, he was like, pet that shark, dude. Go ahead, pet that shark. So I noticed the shark really didn't come to me either. Like, the stingrays come right up to you. And he was like, nah. Every time he got too close to my hand, he, like, went the other way. One time he came a little too close while I was getting the stingrays, dude, and I just reached out and grabbed him. I not grabbed him, but I reached out and I got a little pet in on the shark, and he jumped up out of the water and, like, bit at me.
It was weird.
He, like, splashed like out of the water, and I like jumped back, and the guy like walks out as it happens, and he's like, "Did you pet that shark?" And I was like, "No, what? No, I didn't pet that shark, dude. That's crazy."
I understand. I've told y'all about my dolphin biting me story.
Yeah.
Aquariums. I love them, but
I have to say, right, it's kind of an oversight, because if a grown man will do it, definitely kids will do it. Just one old dude who literally cannot catch 12, like, is not physically capable of stopping a 12-year-old, telling you not to pet the shark's not enough, dude. You really need to, like, maybe just not put a shark where hands can be touched.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
what I believe the problem is.
But also, sharks are sometimes friendly. I like sharks.
I don't think this one's unfriendly, not in the sense that it's dangerous, just that, like, I shouldn't have petted it.
Water in you.
Yeah. I shouldn't have tried to pet it, but other kids are going to try and pet it too, There's going to be a 12-year-old with exceptionally long arms someday who grabs that shark.
Yeah. I feel like they might have had the wrong kind of shark in there too, because there's some sharks that genuinely just will not hurt you.
Oh, like the ones that sit on the bottom of the ocean, right?
I would assume they would have a nurse shark in there if it would stingrays.
Yeah, that's
and
what I was
stuff.
figuring.
Maybe it's a nurse shark. I don't... Listen, I'm going to be honest with you guys. In the heat of the moment, in the heat of the battle, when that shark's jumping out of the water, dude, they all look like the thing from Jaws. I mean, I went from I wanted to pet this little cutie to I'm getting my harpoon and I'm gonna hunt this thing to death real fast. You know, real fight or flight kind of a moment.
I'm gonna be honest. I have seen that little shark. He probably couldn't even bite your pinky finger off.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't try. He don't even make an attempt. Anybody else? Dude, Jacob, what's your favorite aquarium moment, dude? I remember one time we went to the aquarium. We were like on a family vacation. It wasn't that long. It was like the most recent one when I was an adult still. And we went to the aquarium twice. And my mom was like, well, I got to go to the gift shop for like 5 minutes or something. She was like, you guys just stay here. We're going to leave or whatever. And I was like, no, dude, I'm going to the aquarium again. So we just ran through the aquarium like over and over. She just couldn't get us out. And I'm definitely like 26, 27. And she just can't give me. I'm not coming out of this aquarium, pal.
That was a great time.
You know what? What are they called? The garden eels, dude. I love the little garden eels.
But yeah, those
Yes.
things I love those little guys.
I would absolutely. I wonder how available it would be to get those as pets. Like, how hard would that be?
Probably not very hard. Eels are fairly easy to take care of. I mean, as long as they're not the big, like, morays and stuff.
No, I just want the little garden eel, dude. I imagine mostly it's just the water, right? Like, you have to keep their water, like, a certain way, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and look, I'm not trying to be a stickler. I'm all for like animal rights and taking care of animals. But I'm just going to say this, right? How come I have to have an aquarium, like I have to keep my aquarium up to a certain standard when people are throwing their old sandals and stuff into the ocean? Like, come on. If they can survive in the ocean, dude, I think I can take care of an eel.
So I googled a website that sells them.
Mm-hmm.
They're considered an expert level fish as far as the care that they need. They are compatible with reefs, and they can get up to 16 inches long. The minimum tank size is 50. But they are currently on sale for $40 each, and if you buy 7, you get 3 free.
That's a steal, dude. I'm finna get some. Do I have that size tank? No. But neither does the aquarium. Honestly, there's no little thing at the aquarium.
Well, a 50-gallon tank is a lot smaller than you would think.
How small is 50 gallon? Cynthia, what size is ours?
Like 40 something.
Oh, close enough, dude. We're getting garden eels. Lock
Maybe
in.
It's 30.
It's 40. It's 40, dude. It's 49.
Sounds like you just wanted to be 40.
We're getting those garden eels.
I'm waiting till I move to our next house because right now I really don't have the room. But I am dead set on getting an axolotl, like, soon.
Oh, those are cute, dude.
They're really cute, and they're one of those pets that you just kind of set them up and then you do nothing with them, which is ideal for me since I already have 2 parrots and a dog. If I'm getting any pet, I need something that just sits there.
Right.
I didn't know that you could just get an axolotl.
Lots of people have axolotls.
Yeah, and they're fairly cheap in the scheme of things, or grand scale of things. Yeah. My parents actually used to have several of them when I was younger, but at the time they were mostly called mud puppies.
I think
water dogs or both. I don't know.
Water dogs, dude. I think if this garden eel thing doesn't work out, the next fish I'm gonna get are some angelfish.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I say get some garden eels. Upgrade your tank just a little bit.
I see.
Get
The
like
thing is, I don't know
gallon?
if you can. Well, I don't want to buy a whole new tank. I got such a nice tank, and it's, I think maybe if I got some really small eels, like it'd be all right.
One small eel.
Well, I really don't know much about them because like they're just little white squiggly lines that pop in and out of the sand. Like, are they social? Are they not? They always see them in social, but like also if they're that cheap, why wouldn't an aquarium just buy a bulk of them?
That's true. But they are selling them in bulk. Like, it looks like they're trying to encourage you to get a group of 10.
Right, but is that like because that's how they should be bought? Is that like their ideal habitat, or is that just like a trafficking thing? Like we got to get these off our hands.
I don't know. You know what else lives in the sand and just kind of pops out and is easy to take care of? Bobbit worm.
What is a bobbit worm?
I saw a lady on TikTok who had a aquarium set up for one, and her whole comment section was just full of people being like, "Oh, I'm proud for you. I'm glad you like it."
Yeah.
Are those the one? Well, no, I'm thinking of flatworms. I think.
I think you are. Just Google bobbit worm. I'm not gonna post a picture of them because they are pretty scary. But
How?
I think
Never
they're
mind.
neat.
I was about to ask the stupidest question. I mean, it was just so stupid. I literally answered it before I even said it all out loud. I was gonna ask how obtainable is like an anglerfish. It was like, there's no way you can get a tank with that pressure. There's no way.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
I don't even think aquariums have them.
Like, as I was saying it out loud, I was like, this is a stupid thing you're about to say, bud.
Yeah, you just need to get a tank that's at like 1,000 psi all the time and is pitch black.
But do they have to be in that kind of pressure, dude? Can they just be in normal water?
No,
You know
they cannot.
what? You know what blobfish look like, right?
I know what a blobfish is, for sure.
When they're underwater, they don't look anything like that. It's because you bring them to the surface where pressure is way lower and they just kind of explode. They puff out.
What do they look like in water? Are they cool looking?
Can't really remember. It's been ages since I've seen one, but way different.
They're just little gray fish.
Also, anglerfish are really small, right? Like, they always make them out to be like really big in movies and stuff, like Finding Nemo, but they're actually like smaller than a clownfish, I think.
Yeah, they're tiny. Here's a blobfish underwater.
Let's see.
He's kind of creepy looking.
Well, he's an underwater like little guy.
I don't know, dude. I definitely wouldn't be interested in one of those. If somebody was like, I have a blobfish for $40, I'd be like, dude, you got any garden eels?
I was talking to my parents about the axolotl plan literally yesterday, and I was like, I either want an axolotl or an olm because olms are cool too. And they both were like, oh, what is that? And I showed them pictures, and they immediately were like, nope, you're getting an axolotl and you'll like it. And I'm like, okay. They're like, I hate that. I never want to see that again.
Yeah. A lot of people are piling in, dude. Welcome to the stream, everybody. How's everybody been, dude? We're talking about axolotls, other fish, dude. What's everyone's fish like? If you guys could get any exotic fish, what would it be?
Can I have a coelacanth?
Yeah, literally anything. Imagine, like,
Oh.
tanks don't matter. You'll get a tank for it. Like,
Yeah, I
I've
want
got
a
so
coelacanth.
many I want.
yeah, I think if it was legal to own an ocean, I probably would try to. I really do love fish, dude. I actually I don't like the taste of fish, and I think it's just my taste buds. But I think there is like a psychological thing there where I just don't like to eat fish because I like fish. Like, most of my favorite animals are fish.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Actually, while I was on vacation, I tried a new fish for the first time. Turns out I like trout. Trout's pretty good.
Everyone says trout's good.
Yeah.
I just don't like
I
it.
had to catch it.
Caught your own trout?
Yeah. It's a little restaurant where you catch your own trout. It's a little trout farm. You catch your own trout and they cook it up for you.
What if you can't catch one? What if you're just out there for hours, no catch?
Oh,
Nope.
trust me, you're gonna catch one. It's like dipping a worm into a pool that is overflowing with piranhas.
Now, do they have no space for all those trout? Because there are regulations. Like, for example, technically I'm not supposed to own garden eels, but...
Oh, they've got
apparently
a
you
lot
can.
in there.
Dude, that's what I hate. And I always try to follow the regulations and be good, because I want to treat my animals well. Like, I like, really want to treat my animals well and stuff. But I hate when I go to, like, PetSmart or PetSense or somewhere, and I'm like, hey, how much gallonage should this fish have? And they're like, 80 billion. And I'm like, well, that's weird, because you guys have it in a 1x1 square right there.
Right.
With 30 other
Right.
fish.
But in general, the people at the pet store are trying to get those animals, not all of them, obviously, but if they're just workers, they're trying to get those animals in better situations.
Right.
Because,
No,
like,
I'm not blaming them,
situation
yeah.
is not good. Yeah.
I get that. Maybe they know best or whatever, but like, I'd also there's something about like being told like, oh, you can't get that fish, you don't have the tankage, and I'm like, yeah, okay, but neither do you, pal.
I understand. Because, hell, I've applied to adopt, like, cats and dogs before, and they're like, you don't have a, fenced-in backyard. And I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna be loose in the backyard by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't frequent PetSmart. A person just said that they found stuff in the garbage, and I've seen that on TikTok that people will go there and there'll be like fish and like beta fish in the garbage. The like what do you call them? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Where you throw the
Yeah.
garbage, the dumpster.
Yeah,
Throw
yeah.
those in the dumpster. And we got our cats from PetSmart, and our cats are terrified of being picked up, even though we've had them for 8 years. Because the only time they ever picked them up at PetSmart, because they lived there for like 8 months, was to clip their nails, and they did not have good treatment.
Yeah. I completely understand.
It's kind of a weird thing, right? Because well, this is how I see it, and maybe other people have different opinions. I really don't know the right answer, but like, it's easy to be like, don't support PetSmart, and like maybe there is something to like not getting your food there, or like getting supplies there to spend money. But like as far as getting the animal, like for one, my cats are the sweetest girls, dude. They're so nice. You know, I wouldn't want any other cats, and it's not. I'm not saying they didn't get mistreated or whatever, but I still love them. And the animals don't know that like. You know, they don't comprehend boycotting PetSmart. They just don't want to be there, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what was really kind of sad for me? Was when I got my bearded dragon Rupee.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the bearded dragons in there were definitely, like, way too young to be in a place like that.
Yeah.
Like, bearded dragons get pretty big. And when I got Ruby, he was like the size of up to my my knuckle on my pinky finger.
She was a
and
baby.
They were all like that.
Yeah.
Itty bitty.
I just don't agree with some of their practices, and I know they've been under fire a lot on TikTok because people have been finding like animals and crap in the dumpster.
Yeah.
I don't love how they handle the sale of exotic birds, but I also don't love like the bird industry in general.
Yeah.
So,
You know, it's kind of an uncomfortable truth, but it's almost like animals shouldn't be bought and sold.
Yeah, I think we have plenty of cats and dogs that need homes, and anything else really shouldn't be kept as a pet generally. I mean, as much as I like birds and lizards and everything, I'm like, especially with birds, I'm like, we mostly are just taking these animals out of their habitat. They're not domesticated at all.
Yeah, I'm not judging, right? I'm not judging, because, like, I own animals. Like, I'm not, I'm not Mr. like, oh, free the animals. Like, I have pets. Like, it's kind of a weird topic. You know what I mean? It's just, like, a weird thing.
Well, I've had many parrots with, like, birth defects. I mean, I have a parrot right now with, like, severe scoliosis that she was born with. And I'm like, we maybe shouldn't be breeding all these animals because, like, the average parrots alone, the average one has 6 owners in its lifetime. And their domestic lifespan is only expected to be, like, 12 years.
Oh, wow.
That's
because
crazy.
of how many accidents they get into and stuff. Which, again, I have one that's 28, so that's, like, a blessing that she's made it this far.
Yeah.
But she has scoliosis, and I'm like, okay, she's a special needs parrot. I don't know. I feel like we're doing better by animals in general.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to release all the domestic or currently domestic held birds. I just think maybe we shouldn't be breeding more.
Yeah. It's strange, and I also have thought about like fish, for example, because I love fish. Like the fish I had last were glowfish, right? And that's not natural, dude. They're bred to be like that. And it's like that kind of, in a way, it sucks that like they're created for like literally just for little kids to be like, oh, those are pretty. You know what I mean? Because I mean they are pretty, but like I think all the fish are pretty. Like I'm not like, oh, that one's ugly, So it is kind of weird that they're created just for like the consumption of like mostly children to like be like, oh, I like that one. But at the same time, it's like, well, I'm not going to deny this fish a home because he was made in a lab.
Right, and specifically glowfish cannot survive in the wild, so the ones that already exist, I mean, they do deserve a home.
Right. And then it's a weird thing, though.
It's complicated.
Because the more people buy them, the more they genetically create them, so I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Exactly. Well, it's the same thing with birds. Like, there will be, like, the same conure at PetSmart for, like, 5 years. And someone will eventually come around and be like, oh, I'm going to give it a home. So they give PetSmart $2,000, and then PetSmart puts another conure right there, and I'm like, oh, geez.
Right. All right, we gotta, it's one or the other. We either gotta, like, go buy every pet until there's no more, or we gotta buckle down and boycott. Nope, never mind. I figured it out. I hate to say the answer is crime, but I think we just have to steal the pets.
Oh, I'm down for stealing pets. Hell yeah.
I mean, think about it. Think about it. If we steal them, if we steal them, they're gonna get a new home. But PetSmart won't make any money off of it, so they will be like, well, they keep stealing all the pets, dude. Then we just can't sell them.
It'll be like Pokemon cards.
Exactly.
Absolutely. As the ancient texts say, be gay, do crime.
Gay, do crime. Do I have to do both of those things? Can I pick one?
You can pick one, but I have to do both, unfortunately.
Okay. Born to be gay, forced to do crime.
Exactly. Oh my god, that's a huge shrimp that I just got.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Pokemon cards, dude, this is a thing. This has been a real problem for me. Maybe a bigger problem than pets' rights, honestly. Pets' rights are small fish compared to this, dude. Every time I go to Walmart, dude.
Like Pokemon cards, because what you're about to say.
Every time I go to Walmart, every time I go to Target, dude, they don't got no Pokemon cards. And
like, oh, look at my big shrimp.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, I can see it from here. That's how you know.
He's colossal. Yeah.
So every time I go to, dude, like Walmart, our local, like our closest Walmart, doesn't even have a spot for Pokemon cards anymore. Like and this is a thing too. I really like kind of wanted to get back into Pokemon cards a little bit because my favorite part of like collecting the cards that I play, like I like playing card games too. And admittedly, in my opinion, Pokemon's the least playable. Like it's not very fun to play. It's kind of a little kiddish. But some of their cards, they used to not look that good. And I honestly just got into Pokemon cards because I love Pokemon. But like their cards honestly didn't look that good compared to other card games because they look fine, but all the really beautiful ones are like commons, and all the fancy, rare, valuable ones are like they used to be just like these big 3D model, like borderless, like kind of messy looking cards. If I'm being honest, with just as many graphics and textures as they could throw on the card. But then, like sometime last year, I think, or sometime recently, they started doing the art rares, the ARs. And that has like really researched Pokemon cards specifically. Besides like the whole Logan Paul Charizard thing, but like outside of that, the ARs have really brought people into Pokemon because now it's like, oh, they look good, they're beautiful, they're pieces of artwork. And because of this, you can't find them. People scout Pokemon so bad. Cards, literally stores that make their business off of selling card games are like, I'm not selling Pokemon anymore because we're getting broken into and robbed, and people are stealing the cards. And it's just not worth it, dude. Scalpers go crazy over. You can't find them anymore, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, I've seen the fights on TikTok, and Sawyer is buying and trading some Pokemon cards, and he is struggling hard right now.
It's bad, dude. Starboy said in chat that they couldn't get any. Andrea said that I have too many. I have books of cards, dude. I have never too many cards.
That's a crime to say he has too many cards.
Never too many cards. I'm gonna get back into Lorcana, dude. I'm honest to God, dude, because I can't find Pokemon. And Yu-Gi-Oh has the opposite problem. Yu-Gi-Oh's pretty interesting. Honestly, it's a little too like I don't like the gameplay. It's very like it's adult. It's not for kids. It's very complicated and very difficult. But it feels very much like Yu-Gi-Oh is like a sword fight. It's like hours and hours of preparation, but the game's over in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? It's first person to play like the combo that you like infinitely can't be stopped. They win. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of building your deck just for a second of like, oh, I won this one. It's kind of boring. But also it's complex. I'm not saying it's like it's not Pokemon and that it's too easy. It's almost too hard. But it's not that fun either way. But their cards, they have this very distinct like anime style, very Japanesey. but they don't do any kind of special art. Like their cards are what they are. You know, they all look common, and I mean, they some of them look cool and they have hollow, but that's it. There's no borderless. There's no full art. It is what it is.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then Magic, honest to God, Magic. I don't know. That game's a mess, dude. They put too much money into, or too much effort into, like, making the cards, like, make money. So, like, they partner up, but, like, right now they're doing Final Fantasy cards. They do, they've done Godzilla cards in the past, Walking Dead cards. They're like the Fortnite of card games. There's more not Magic cards than there are Magic cards now. You know, and it's like,
Wow.
It's lost itself. You know, part of the reason I love the card games is because, like, that's its own little universe with story and lore. And now SpongeBob's literally SpongeBob. We got a first time chatter, dude said, MTG definitely seems like they've lost the plot. They have, dude. Magic used to have this beautiful, I used to keep up with it, dude. You could get these little books that you could follow, like, the lore of every, like, set and everything. It was beautiful. And now it literally, there's a Fortnite bundle, there's a SpongeBob bundle. It's crazy. And then there's this game Morgana that came out that's Disney cards, and they're actually really cool. Some of them are like straight from the movies, like not like clips, like they're all artists that work on them, they have art and everything, but they're scenes straight out of movies. And then there's some that are more like kind of like what ifs. There's, you know, like what are some, like what if Cinderella was a knight? There's like a Cinderella knight card I have that's really cool. There's all these, it's honestly really cool. The game just kind of flopped because when it first started, you could not get the product. It was so hard to get. And part of it's because, like, post-COVID, like, it wasn't that far off of COVID and other things, too. It was just hard for them to get the product out. It's a new card game. And so people, like, you know, scalped the prices. It was really bad. And then they made the second set very accessible and, like, you could get it. It was available. But the second set sucked. It made the game unfun. I feel like they rushed it and they didn't really, like, put any, like, testing into it because it was literally unplayable, like, unfun. So I'm thinking, though, I may try to get back into Lorcana just to, like, have a card game I can play that's available on store shelves. That's not Yu-Gi-Oh!
Very valid. I don't play basically any card games, which doesn't give me very much insight into this issue, but I do know that Magic has just been pumping out random shit for a while.
Yeah, and that's, you know what, honestly, it makes money. It's not for me to decide, like, oh, it's bad, it's good. I mean, I don't have to like it, but whoever drew the shadow, that's badass, by the way. It's a nice shadow. And this cat, dude, I love all the artwork on the little area.
That cat is me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was finally recognized.
Nice.
Willow drew Jacob and Miles Conyer drew the shadow.
Those are nice. Fortnite, dude, I would love to do a Fortnite art showcase. But yeah,
that should be the next.
We'll do Fortnite. And I'm going to do that, by the way, everyone. I'm going to, sometime before we get off, I'm going to do the art showcase. Probably around, like, 8:30. But yeah, I don't know. And, you know, maybe that's like a niche topic because, like, no one else even cares about card games like me. But, like, they've always been a part of my life, and it kind of feels weird. It kind of sucks that, like, right now I feel like they're all kind of bad. So I've really just been like, well, Lorcana at least is on the shelf and not Yu-Gi-Oh! I may get into it.
Valid.
What's everyone's favorite card game they've ever played of all time? For me, like, the best of the best, I have to say that Magic at its peak was, like, the most fun, but it's a shadow of what it used to be. It's never going back. What about you guys?
I can only think of, I've played Pokemon, you've tried to teach me Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, and then I've played, like, you know, lamer card games like poker and stuff. So I actually don't know what my favorite would be.
Which one did you hate the least?
Hate the least? I like poker.
I don't think poker counts. Anyway, Jacob, go
I think
ahead.
it counts. It's a card game.
It's not a trading card game.
Oh, trading card game? Well, I guess I hate Pokemon the least.
That's crazy.
'Cause I at least understood it. It's for babies.
It is kind of for babies, but that's fine. Because grown men get really into it. And also, this is a real argument people talk about in the card game community, like especially like Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh probably has the highest like level of like you need to be like somewhat pretty intelligent to get into this game. It's kind of hard. It's not for kids, you know. And Pokemon's definitely in the opposite end of that spectrum. It's the easiest. It's literally so easy to learn. But Pokemon makes more money and actually has a higher payout. Like Yu-Gi-Oh does nothing for it's like World Champion. It gives them like a Switch every year, like a Nintendo Switch, which is not nothing. But like for the World Championship, Pokemon gives out like $1 million to whoever wins theirs. You know what I mean? And like each version, they give out $1 million to the card game. They give out $1 million to the video game. You know what I mean? Like they do a lot.
Yeah.
And so, like, the argument is, like, oh, who cares if Pokemon's a baby game? If I'm the best at Yu-Gi-Oh, I can be the best at Pokemon. I might as well go play that game because it pays more.
That's absolutely valid.
And I totally agree. If you can be the world champion in Yu-Gi-Oh, you could probably be the world champion in Pokemon. I think I could, if I tried hard enough, I could be the world champion in Pokemon.
Do it.
Oh, speaking of, dude, I'm really excited for this Pokemon draft tournament. Like, not tournament, but like league. So, if anyone is here who hasn't heard about this, if you want to sign up to be in a draft league with us for the streams and stuff, it's not too late. I think we have like 8 out of 16 members.
I don't think I've actually heard of this.
Oh, Jacob already wrote you down. Don't you worry about it, pal. You've been volunteered.
We're like voluntold.
Whether you know it or not.
Voluntold. Jacob, I said it in the Discord. That's on you if you don't check the Discord.
Oh. I read it occasionally.
But a few people have signed up.
Every day.
Willow, I believe, yeah, Willow said they're gonna play. Kid, I said they would. No, not Kid. Who else said they were gonna play that was in the Discord?
Was it Bams?
Let me look, dude. I have it written down. It was Kid. It's Willow and Kit. Oh. Thank you so much for following. I'm so sorry if I butcher your name. I'm gonna try my absolute best. Kotatsuwu. That sounds like pretty good, dude. Kotatsuwu.
You met your follower goal, so you have to make a new one.
Gotta do a new one. Should I do 50 or should I go big? Should I do like 10,000?
No, do 50.
I don't know about that one.
Maybe 60? So it's not just 10, but...
Well, 50 is the big thing for Twitch. That's the only reason I said do 50.
Oh, it is? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because once you get to 50 on Twitch, it unlocks a whole bunch more... A lot more things that he can do on Twitch.
So, I don't know if you guys probably don't know this. I actually just moved my goal up by 1 every time. So I get that little rush of dopamine. Like, yes, I've done it. My goal.
Oh, yeah.
No, I appreciate you so much for the follow. That means a lot.
Chat is asking about the draft.
Where is that?
I think it's Keith. I believe Starboy.
Oh, Starboy, yeah. Let me see. I see it now. What is the draft? I've never heard of something like that before. So what the draft is, and I've only ever watched them. I've never been part of one. I have played Pokemon competitively to some degree during the X and Y era. Like, I was in the top 100 on Showdown, but like never like at a league or anything. So what a draft league is you kind of do a league. Like, imagine like a football or a basketball like league. And ours, I think we're going to set for like 16 people. And what you'll do is we'll do OU, I think, is the best tier. We'll all draft OU Pokemon, which if you don't know about Pokemon tiers, don't get overwhelmed by that. Just look it up. Basically, it's like a fan-made system to keep Pokemon competitive by like not being like, okay, I've got a Palkia and I've got a Pichu. You know, it keeps Pokemon like in tiers where they're equal-ish. So we're going to do an OU one, which is the most competitive, as far as I remember. And you take turns in a snake draft picking a Pokemon for your team. I think the way I had it set up is I think we're gonna do 12 Pokemon. And so then each week when you play your opponent for the week, you can bring any 6 of your 12 Pokemon to like the battle, and we just do a league until we get to the like championship. You know, you get like at the end of the league, we see who has like the highest win to loss or whatever. We set up a playoff, and then at the end we crown a champion. And I don't want to scare people. Honestly, I haven't played competitive Pokemon in a long time. I've never played a draft. I just want it to be kind of casual. Like, you can be competitive. You can try and win. But I think, do you have to have the actual... No, you don't. So, it's going to be on Pokemon Showdown, which is like a simulator, which is really nice because it's free. You just sign up for... You don't even have to sign up, I think. You can just play as a guest, but you can make an account. And you put your Pokemon. You don't have to catch them. You don't have to grind. It's just very accessible for everybody. And the whole point is just to have fun, really, just to play Pokemon and kind of, drafting a team would be really fun. I'm very bad about when I did play competitively. Same 6 Pokemon. I did not change my team. Like, I found 6 Pokemon I liked and I stuck with them. So this kind of forces you out of your comfort zone. You kind of got to pick what you pick, and you got to, kind of go with that. And it kind of just makes it a fun little like game, like a little rivalry. Like, oh, I got Mac this week, dude. I got to beat her. You know what I mean? It's like stuff like that. It's okay. Very cool. I'll put you down.
Yeah.
I think. Let me check the listing in. We are with you at 9 players. So we need 16, and we'll. And also, I don't know when we'll set it up. As soon as we get 16 people, we'll kind of talk more about like how we want to do it, when we can do it. I want to make it, available for everybody. I want to work around people's schedule and stuff. So as soon as we get 16 players who are willing to do it, we'll kind of start figuring that stuff out. What do you guys think about doing something? Like, do you guys think that's a cool idea, or like?
Yeah, I'm so down.
I was really like, I love the idea of drafting Pokemon, but like, I'm a dork for Pokemon. I just love Pokemon.
Hell yeah. I know nothing about competitive Pokemon, so I will die very quickly, but I'm excited.
Well, I think that'd be the cool thing is I don't think anybody, at least that I know that's like personally it's going to be in it, it actually does know that much about competitive Pokemon. And I haven't played since X and Y, so like it's not like I have some kind of huge advantage or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, you've seen my favorite Pokemon. I'm just going to be picking out a team of little guys.
I mean, you can, right? But you will be the only person picking out of the LC. Everyone else is probably going to be in the OU.
This is fine.
I got a shiny...
Sweet.
I got a shiny Sparrow in Pokemon Go the other day.
Hell yeah! I love them.
I mean, it's not my favorite Pokemon, but like I was like, okay, well, that's your favorite, and I got it as a shiny, so that's cool.
That's so cool. They're just little. They're yellow. They're not a really good shade of yellow, but they're yellow. I appreciate them.
The shiny one or just the regular one? Because the shiny one's kind of...
The shiny one.
Yeah, it's a little ugly. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, it's still yellow. That's all I need.
It's definitely like piss yellow. It's kind of bad.
I know.
But hey, you know what, dude? My favorite Pokemon, Gengar, literally the same color and it's shiny, so who cares, dude? They're all kind of bad.
That's true. I can't think of many shinies that I just adore. I mean, I like Charizard, of course.
Mm-hmm. My favorite's Hawlucha. I love Hawlucha.
Oh, hell yeah.
My favorite shiny, I guess because I have it, is my shiny Oho.
No, it was a cool shiny.
Yeah.
So, guys, does anybody else have anything they want to talk about? Do I need to pull out my list, dude, my infamous list, and look at topics?
Well, we also have the quizzes. I don't know if you forgot about those.
I haven't, yeah. We can definitely jump on some quizzes. I did have one other thing I wanted to talk about for sure. I wanted to touch on. Let me see. I've listened to a podcast, and I really love this podcast. It's called Lemonade Stand, and it's kind of like just a business podcast, and it's really interesting. They talk about all kinds of cool topics. And the last time they talked about, I listened to it, they talked about this idea of how members of Gen Z, or like, just younger people in general, they don't have as much intercourse, they don't have like as many relationships, they don't go on dates. And I was very interested, for one, I was kind of interested in the topic, is I'm a member of Gen Z, and like, I guess this stuff's interesting to me. But also, I noticed how, like, they talked about it in a negative connotation. They were like, and this is bad. And honestly, this is, like, just a personal thought. This is not, like, it's just how I kind of feel. No one else has to think this. It's kind of stupid also, I can admit that. I kind of think, like, the universe is, I don't want to say sentient, but I almost feel like we're like a hive mind that's not very connected. Like a loose hive mind. Like, I feel like everything's a part of the universe. And honestly, I feel like sometimes it just corrects itself. We're overpopulated. So I think maybe one of the ways it came to fix that was like, hey, Gen Z, you guys just don't want to have kids as much.
honestly, I could vibe with that theory because I've never had the desire to have kids. I'm just like, I'm me. I'm
Right.
just floating around. I'm making art. That's it.
And some people don't, and that's okay. Honestly, it's cool whether what people want to do or not, and maybe it's just that's just completely unconnected. What people want and think, and their ability to have kids may be unconnected. But I really think that may be a universal thing. Like the world's trying to fix itself, you know what I mean? By being like, hey, we need less kids.
Yeah.
I think, and it was such an interesting topic though, because immediately I've heard that statistic a lot, and I don't know how they get it. You can learn like how many people are having kids, like that's a measurable thing for sure. But how do you know how much sex Gen Z is having?
We probably have like less STDs or something, and they're just assuming that means less sex rather than like.
So that's crazy. Yeah,
sex.
that's what me and Cynthia talked about too. As I was like, I think we're a lot smarter. Because also, you got to think about the people they're measuring who have more sex, right? You're talking about a generation of people who were like, yeah, I'm totally okay with dating a 13-year-old. You know, as where like many more young women now are like much more like informed about this kind of a thing. So I really don't think it should be spoken about in a negative way. I think that it's for the better.
One thing is, not saying that any of this is good or bad or anything, but the whole world is, for the most part, kind of going into a really heavy downturn in population that is like hurting the entire world, because like everybody around the world pretty much planned on, building factories for an ever-increasing population that keeps going on forever and everything. And then all of a sudden, there's way less people. So now we have way more infrastructure that's built in countries and stuff.
You cut out, Jacob. What were you saying?
That population. Well, a lot of infrastructure around the world, like factories and stuff like that, were built for more and more people constantly coming into the world, And now all of a sudden, the population, like they were planning on there being like 10 billion people by this point. And now there's only, I don't know, like 8.5, 9 million, or billion, something like that.
Yeah, but what country, if you know, what countries is that mostly affected? Because it doesn't like America has like an overpopulation problem to a degree. Not like it's not an emergency or anything, but like we're kind of on the track to have a problem, I think, right?
No.
No?
The United States is currently losing population every year.
I gotta say,
it's been for a while.
On a personal note, I think it's good. Like, I'm not saying... I think there are too many people. I go outside and I'm like, why are there so many people out here, dude?
Well, one thing that America has going for it, the United States has going for it, is a lot of people immigrate to the United States, which has kind of helped cushion the fact that there aren't many births in the United States compared to a lot of other countries. And one country that is getting hit really hard by it is China.
Yeah.
China is getting hammered by them not having enough people, because, well, they had a lot of people, and their population was like one of the fastest growing in all of history. And then they enforced all of those like two-child laws and all of that.
Right,
stuff.
right. I have heard. I was gonna say I've heard about this, and it, like they overcorrected, right? They overcorrected, trying to like halt their population to a point of like it's problematic. I have heard about that.
Yeah, I mean, even if they didn't in place all of those laws, just by naturally how societies evolve and stuff, their birth rate curve would have naturally gone down and leveled out.
Right.
But they like overcorrected so hard that it's like killing them now.
And Katsatsu, I'm so sorry. I hope I'm saying that name kind of right. I read your chat, dude. I kind of, that makes sense too. Like maybe it's nothing to do with like like it's not maybe so much a social issue as it is a financial one to a degree, or like, you know, I think all of it's a factor, right? Like all of these things affecting the world are a factor. But I don't know. I can't help but think it's like it's meant to be this way, you know, to a degree.
I was gonna say I almost think that, especially on the intercourse part, how they were saying Gen Z or whatever they were saying is not really having it. I think a lot of like, I'm sure we can all relate. Our parents, like, they would just brag about it, like how much they were getting, what they were doing. I don't feel like a lot of our generation is going around doing that.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true.
Like we're very to ourselves about that kind of situation. Like, some people can be married nowadays and they might not even have that, you know, that kind of connection.
That's true.
Like, it's an acceptable thing now in the world to, you don't even have to do that.
Yeah. But also just used to be the default. Like,
yes.
The older generation is like, wait, you're not having kids? Why not? And they treat it like they never even considered not having children. And it's like,
exactly.
I don't want to.
Or maybe they're waiting, like me and Blake. Blake's 28. I'm about to be 26. We still don't have kids, and we want kids.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fine. My mom didn't have my brother until she was like 38. Like,
he seems alright, dude. I think he'll be okay if we wait. He's not too messed up. But I don't know. It's just something that interests me. I always notice how people, and it's never Gen Z. I never hear anyone Gen Z like myself, the Gandalf of Gen Z. I never hear anybody kind of raise the issue. It's always like millennials, and they always immediately are like, "And this is a bad thing." And I'm like, "How?" I mean, I don't really, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see how it's bad.
I guess they're worried about us or something.
Don't worry about me. I think you exactly, like, I don't want to sound crude, but you nailed it on the head. It's just like, we're not going around the high school being like, guess what I did last night? You know what I mean? We're like, who cares, dude?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, do you know how many problems Gen Z has? We're trying to fix the economy. We're trying to save the world, dude. You guys left us a lot of problems while you were bragging about your sex life.
Exactly.
I remember my grandpa used to be so confused why, like, Sawyer and I wouldn't be going places over the weekend or, like, partying or sneaking out to drink. And we're just like, listen, stuff is different now. We're not prudes, but we're also not going out trying to, like, cause havoc.
Right. Mostly
we don't judge people who want to go out and party, but we're not necessarily wanting to do that ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing is also, like, back in the day, dude, you had to go out and get drunk with your boys, dude. Nowadays, hey, pop in a little Black Ops, dude, have a couple of Mike's Hards with the boys across the internet.
Yeah.
I feel like the internet does have a lot to do with it. Back in the day, there wasn't really much to do when you're not working.
True that.
Yeah.
True.
That's also why a lot of, like, especially boomers, they're like, what are you doing with free time? Shouldn't you be working? Shouldn't you be getting a third job?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't have a fifth job yet?
Right. As an interesting thing, they also talked about on the same podcast, not the same episode, but the same podcast, they kind of talked about this in an episode, how older generations define themselves by what the job is. You know what I mean? They're like, hi, my name's Bob, and I'm, you know, whatever, a lawyer. You know what I mean? And we don't do that either. We do it by, like, what our hobbies are. Like, I'm Blake, and I'm into playing Pokemon. You know, I'm Jacob, and I'm into hiking. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like, I don't greet people and be like, hey, I'm an accountant. Like, what the heck?
Right.
Yeah.
Our titles aren't our job. Our titles are our personalities. And that's very, like, I think that's a healthy distinction. You know, I don't care about what I do does not, like, if it's something that, like, you know, you really love and cherish and you're lucky to do that, that's great. But, like, for me, I do not go around and tell people what I do because I don't love it. If I ever, like, did streaming for a living, I would. I'd be like, I'm a streamer because I love it. But, you know, like, most people don't love their jobs. Even a good job isn't something you love. You're not passionate about it. It just seems weird to, like, connect your entity as a person to that job, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely understand. Because,
unless
again,
the hobby job.
You know something that's very strange?
Hmm.
I have somebody in the family who I only have seen like twice. They're pretty distantly connected. Only see them every like in years, if that.
Yeah, but we talk every Wednesday at least.
Yeah. But they grew up back when it was, there wasn't crap to do and everybody had 15 jobs and everything. But they still know kind of what it is and what it's more like today. And it's very strange talking to them. And I'm like, yeah, I got a job when I was like 17. That, that's just how it all worked out, And they're like, oh, that's awesome. Not many people do that, and then she's like, that's, I'm really proud of you, all that. And then goes off and starts talking about how like the time she was 15, she had like 2 jobs.
Yeah.
It's weird. She's really supportive, but it's strange the differences.
Yeah, I agree with what you said earlier, Jacob. The internet made us. I saw a crazy. Let me talk about these comments real fast. I'm gonna get back to this idea. Willow said, "What should I draw?" If you're talking about Pokemon, you draw Pichu. Draw a little Pichu. And Starboy and Keith.
Yeah.
Would you do streaming full time? I've seen some streamers say that even if they could, they wouldn't, but they still love streaming. So, like for me, I'll give you a real breakdown into what streaming is for me. I suffer like a little. I'm gonna say suffer. Like it's just something I go through. I have depression. Like I have like chronic depression, and I deal with that. Like I'm honestly the happiest I've ever been. Like I'm fine. I don't want people to worry about me. But like this is like therapy for me in a way. Like I really just love it. Like it really like makes me happy to do this. Like I can't tell you how many times I've sat down but like Cynthia always watches me. But like I've streamed to like besides Cynthia like nobody, and that's fine. Like it's practice. I'm also not delusional. I recognize when people aren't watching or whatever, and I still try my best just to like grow and be better because I really love this. Like if I got to do this for a living, it would be like a dream come true. But I would do it even if I never got paid to do it because I've just found that I love this so much. So yeah, I would definitely do it for a living.
Oh yeah.
The theory I saw someone talk about this on X. That they believe, like, not Gen Z necessarily, but, like, the first people who grew up with, like, the internet before, like, people, like, really, I think, like, just people a little older than us, generally, that they have a real, like, online Lord of the Flies, or is it Lord of the Flies? Yeah, Lord of the Flies type, like, thing going on, where, like, they grew up in the wild wasteland where people didn't know what websites they were getting on, people didn't know what, like people didn't know what their kids were doing, who they were talking to. They grew up in a Lord of the Flies situation where they just got online and they learned they could bully each other, and they could just talk nasty, and it's kind of a weird social thing, and it is kind of weird to think about how like the internet, it's gonna be here in 1,000, and if the world's here in 10,000 years, the internet will be a part of it. So it is kind of strange to think about how early on still we are with the internet and how people have like kind of like navigated that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of uncharted territory.
That out.
What'd you say? Go ahead.
We're still figuring that out.
Yeah.
That was just my input.
I think it's really interesting how companies and the economy has kind of grown around internet to incorporate it. An entire business has sprung up out of nowhere around the internet.
It is, yeah.
Even some of the really shady, like borderline illegal ones, like data brokers and such.
It's a strange thing, just how the internet's become so monetized. Everything's become monetized. Like, it's actually very foreign to think about how Facebook was when it first came out, and like MySpace, and like how no ads, you know what I mean? It was just get on, chat with your friends, dude. Check out everyone's Farmville. You know what I mean? Like it's so strange to think about how it's changed.
I miss Farmville sometimes.
Yeah.
Dude, I had the goated farm. I had the best Farmville in our school. I'm not gonna lie. I played it way too long. way too long, dude. After Facebook had changed and gotten bad, I had a nice little Farmville going for a little while.
That's valid.
Like Snapchat had come out and kind of killed what Facebook used to be, and I was like, nah, I'm still rocking with the Farmville, brother.
Oh, you got to go read what Keith said in the chat.
I just saw that. Let me see.
I think that's very true too. I didn't even think of that.
Adding on to the Gen Z stuff, you could also add it because of I can't say that word, but I definitely see what you mean.
The C. We say it with the C.
The
That's
corn,
what they do on
dude.
TikTok.
Corn. Where people don't want to do it because of it. And yeah, no, that's a real thing. I don't know how to discuss. I don't know if I'm socially like the right person to like talk. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I'm like an expert that can like speak on that because that's a very weird topic. I think it definitely can destroy relationships.
I think it can, but I also my friends and I are very open about these subjects, like my other friend group. However, I don't know any of them that watch that.
Yeah.
Like, not, and again, we're not prudes or anything, it's just it doesn't interest us. Which, in comparison, like, my 80-year-old grandpa collected it. So I think that might just be another way that Gen Z might not be as interested in that as you might assume.
Yeah, you know what else?
Like,
This is kind of a thing.
I think, or even growing up with it, we knew about it, but we're not necessarily interested in it now.
Right.
Because I do know that I like checked it out when I was younger because I was like, oh my god, it's this thing that everyone is being all taboo about, and then I saw it and was like, I don't care for this.
Exactly.
And again, I'm not a prude about it. I mean, I write some things that are in that category, but I don't know. I don't know if it's that big of a factor. Though I do know it affects a lot of people at the same time. I know that's kind of contradictory, but
this is kind of a weird, dark topic, I guess. But like, I think our generation's going to deal with it very healthily when we get older because we grew like literally internet stuff was like there from the whole time we were alive. But I think it's just tearing through a hole in the current like generation of old men, like boomers. It is just devastating their lives.
Mm-hmm. That's true because I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I think we're handling better. No, you're good. There's a big delay between us, I assume, because of the distance. But you go ahead.
I was just gonna say what they were saying on the corn stuff. What Blake was saying, it's ruining the older people's life because they're getting the internet and they're getting access to what we've had access to since we were children and shouldn't have been on. That it's like ruining their lives.
Right. Yeah. Like I know some people close to our age who have had like addictions to content like that, but they're few and far between, in my opinion. Again, I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it. But my friend group who is very open, who reads the stuff I write and doesn't care, they're flat out honest about being like, I watched it when I was younger and now I'm done. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how a lot of our generation is, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird topic anyway, but...
Well, I think we just have, not to sound like, oh, we're just better, but I think we have more to do. Like, true. I mean, right now, we're playing WebFishing and talking about things together, and we're being more social, and... It's WebFishing or corn. Which one do you want?
I'm sure everyone here remembers the infamous slingshot incident, dude. That...
Yeah, we talked about slingshots. Yeah. I told my dad about that.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I love slingshots, dude. Big fan. Let me see. Willow said, when will we do watching the Epic, the musical? I'm also drawing at the spot near the bridge. I'll go check that out. Honestly, that's a Mac thing, dude. That's on Mac. Go ahead and tell us why you hate Epic.
No, I love Epic. I was trying to be free this Saturday, but I'm also trying to make like in-person friends because I am very bad about being like, I have Blake and I have my D&D group and that is all I need. And my mom is like, hi, you need to actually like see people for your brain to like process things helpfully. And I'm like, sounds fake, but okay. So I ended up having to go to an event Saturday when we were planning to watch Epic. I could probably shoot to do it this week, though I can't promise that something won't come up again because as soon as my parents know I have a free day, they try to do things.
Tell them you're not free. Tell them you're streaming.
I probably could. I probably could, but it makes me feel bad when I'm like, I know y'all are planning this nice thing, but...
Dude, I told my
yeah, we could...
my family's been on vacation, and they got back recently, and I went and got gave my mom her like Mother's Day stuff and my grandma, and they like to yap. They were yapping, dude, and I just told them straight up. I was like, "What'd you say?" You kind of cut out.
I said you said you gave them early Mother's Day gifts, but it was late.
Oh, I said late. Yeah, my bad. Late. Whatever, dude. Not on time Mother's Day gifts, but anyway, I had just to tell them, dude. I was like, "Listen, guys, I hate to tell you to shut up so I can leave, but I've got to stream." And honestly, you guys did raise me. You are my family, but my people who watch my streams are my real family, and I won't let them down.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we can shoot for the Saturday. Again, I'll let you know if anything comes up, but I should be free.
Y'all do Sunday. I won't be here Saturday. Can y'all do Sunday?
I can do this Sunday, but every Sunday after this, I
can make it work on Saturday. If Saturday's the only day you can, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll make it work. I just want to be here to watch.
I know, I understand. We could do Saturday or Sunday. Sunday actually might be better just this week because my parents try to do things on Saturdays. Either one. Either one, I will try and shoot for it.
If you can do it this Sunday, that'll be fun.
Okay, hell yeah.
But
let's shoot for Sunday.
I have to say, dude, if you cancel this time, you might break Willow's heart.
Yeah, Willow's definitely be heartbroken.
I don't want to break Willow's heart. I love Willow. I'm hanging out with Willow right now. Like, Willow and I are homies.
Why won't you stream Epic?
I know, Willow.
Why won't you stream Epic?
I know. Okay, I will be preparing the playlist. I think we could probably get through the first 2 sagas in our first stream.
Okay. Starboy,
a total of 9.
You asked if I ever played What Remains of Edith Finch. Dude, I've never heard of that. So, no.
Oh, I've played it.
What is it?
It's so good. It's just like a narrative, like, little story. It's got, like, quick time events and stuff, and you go through a house that is, like, abandoned. I can't say much more without, like, spoiling everything, and that might be a good thing for you to actually stream. It's a good story.
I would check. Is it kind of like a visual novel or something like that, or?
Not really. Like, it's a 3D environment and everything that you move through, but it is kind of visual novel-y in that it has a story it's telling you.
Oh,
There's not a lot of input from you as the player.
More of like a Heavy Rain situation.
Kind of.
I got you. Dude, I love Heavy Rain. I wish I had it to play. You know who has it? My scumbag father who stole my PS3.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
He sold my Heavy Rain, dude. I want to play Heavy Rain. I want to yell at Jason.
Who's Jason?
There's a very famous meme from the video game Heavy Rain where you lose your son in a mall, basically, and his name's Jason, and you just go down the mall going, Jason? Jason? Like, you can just...
I thought you were referring to your father as Jason, and I was like, that is not your dad's name.
No, there's like a button in the game, like, it's like press to call for Jason, and you can just, like, press it over and over, and your guy will just go, Jason! Jason!
That's funny. I think I can hear your birds.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's
I've
funny.
heard them every now and then.
Jacob...
Yeah, they're outside since it's warm enough that they can just sit out there, and they're just singing and, like, having a good time.
Jacob...
Just having a great time. I'm surprised our cat's not crying at Blake's door.
Yeah, she's being good tonight, dude. And that's good, because I would hate to have to punish her.
Oh.
Yep.
I would definitely be down to try that game, though. Jacob, have you ever played Heavy Rain?
I don't think I have.
Dude, it's such a good game.
What's it about?
I
just forgot the name.
So, honestly, there's more games like it, but it was the first of its kind. It's kind of like a Detroit Becoming Human kind of a thing, where it's mostly like a narrative that you play through. And it's about, like, this killer. You play it through, I think it's like 3 or 4 different characters. I think he plays like 4 different characters throughout the game. And you start off as this dad who has like 2 sons, and he loses one in early, like in like a pre-story kind of a deal. And then the second, like the whole main story is his second son is like only son he has left, kind of gets like goes missing, and then it comes out that there's this like serial like child kidnapper who like is taking kids and making videos of like drowning them. And you play throughout, like you play as the dad, you play as like these two different detectives, you play as like this like lady, and you play as all these different characters like while you're unraveling the mystery of like who it is who's like stealing the kids and like how to find your son and stuff like. It's a very good game, honestly.
Okay. I haven't played it, but it sounds cool.
It's very make your own choice kind of thing. It's very, very cool. It's what is it?
Are you gonna take some quizzes?
Oh yeah, let's do that. You guys ready for some quizzes?
Yeah, I can do some quizzes.
Let me open up some of these bad boys.
I just needed to get prepared so that way I can send it in the Discord and the
Yeah.
Twitch.
Let's take some quizzes.
And we sent them under the VIP lounge. Just let me know which one you're gonna take so I can send it.
Okay, I'm just gonna go down the list this time.
From the top?
Yeah, so let's start with what is your type of stupid? Is that one?
Yep.
Alright, let's start with that one.
Okay, just don't go too fast so I can send it in both options. I'm gonna put it in yapping too. I think that way so it don't fog up yapping.
1 second, I'm trying to.
If anybody wants to take the quiz, I've linked it in our Discord and also in the Twitch chat.
Alright, here we go. I'm getting it ready right now. Alright, here we go. We're on the test, dude. What is your type of stupid?
I got not stupid.
Did you? Choose your favorite number? You got not stupid?
Yeah, I'm
I
not
did.
stupid.
I did too. I got not stupid. You better choose wisely.
Purple. How do people react when you say hi to them? They give you a shot and everything goes dark? Oh, they stare at you because you can't say hi without interrupting yourself with other thoughts. They talk to you maturely. I think most people do talk to me pretty maturely, dude. I'm a smart guy. What is my IQ? I actually don't know anymore. I haven't taken an IQ test in a long time. What is an IQ? I don't know what it stands for. Nint took now the crickets hopping up and down. What? Oh, anywhere between 100 and 120. Yeah, I'm gonna say what's an IQ because I actually don't know what that stands for. Where's the cricket? Pick one. Where's the cricket? I think you stepped on him. What's a cricket? You guys are immature. I feel like I'm having a stroke trying to read this.
These quizzes are like that.
I'm gonna just ask where the cricket's at. Why are you taking this quiz?
Oh my god.
Oh no, dude.
Did you see what Andrea said?
Yeah, that's. I think this quiz might be problematic if that's a real answer.
Oh my god, I didn't know. I didn't get that answer.
I don't want to see that on my screen, dude. I gotta be careful now. Why are you taking this quiz? My therapist is at work because streaming's not an option. I had nothing better to do, I guess. How old are you, dude? 15 to 40. I'm somewhere in there. Not stupid. I got not stupid.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we're all smart.
Yes.
I got a bunny rabbit.
Alright, now I'm taking, which member of the Thunderbolts would I be? This one's important, dude, because I love the Thunderbolts. I thought this movie was so good.
Wait, hold on. Let me send it so everybody can get to it.
Okay. Let me know when you send it.
I wasn't perfect. I don't know where everybody's getting it, so I'm sending it in both places.
Okay. Which alignment do you personally identify with? I always think that I'm chaotic good. What comes up the most on your For You page? Thirst edit? No. Travel vlogs, cooking tips, DIY cute animals. Probably the cooking tips is the thing I see the most out of those. Obviously Thunder Thighs? Dude, who is Thunder Thighs? Corn! Welcome. But who in the hell is Thunder Thighs?
No, sure.
Which, are you talking about the sheriff dude from Stranger Things? Is he Thunder Thighs? Which of these things terrifies you the most? Heights, spiders, letting down my friends, losing money, ending up alone, or small spaces? Honestly, probably heights. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome, guys. Dude, one time when I was working as a roofer, I fell off a ladder, and that was terrible. Not only did I fall off a ladder, I fell off that ladder through another ladder, like I was like a wrestler.
Oh, no.
It was bad, dude. It sucked. I was alright though. I got up and just went back to work. It was fine, but... And it wasn't me being stupid either. It was like a really dangerous, like, set of roofs we were doing. Now, which character from Thunderbolts would you rather be handcuffed to for a day? Well, she's not in the Thunderbolts, this male girl. I'm gonna say Alexi, dude.
Yeah, he would have me cracking up.
Yeah, he'd keep the morale high. That's the Thunderbolt I am, of course, obviously. If you could choose one Marvel character to add to the Thunderbolts, who would you pick? Kate Bishop. Not even a question, Kate Bishop. So fast, I would add her, dude. Pick an 80s song to add to your playlist. Take on Me, Nothing's Gonna Stop Us. That's the one in the movie. Thriller, Material Girl. I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Obviously, dude. I listen to that all the time. Choose a color for your superhero costume. Gotta be the pink one. Finally, pick a movie show starring a Thunderbolts actor to watch tonight. Oh, Cynthia, did you know that this guy was in Black Mirror? The U.S. agent?
I don't remember him being in it, but...
He's in the game tester episode.
When he has the long hair?
That's him. That's U.S. agent. I didn't know that.
I didn't realize that.
Corn, who is Kate Bishop, dude? She is the greatest Marvel character. And she's dating Josh Allen.
She's Hawkeye. Haley Steinfeld.
I love her. When I was growing up, I used to read the Young Avengers comics, and she's great in those. I
really want them to do Young Avengers with her and Miss Marvel. I also got Ava Starr, dude, which she's alright. I like Ghost. I like Ghost enough. What did everybody else get?
They sent it in Yapping too, so you can look at it.
Yeah, I haven't watched Thunderbolts yet, so I actually don't know who this is.
Who'd you get?
Oh, it's...
Lexi?
I haven't watched it
Lexi's the best character.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got John Walker.
John Walker's cool. He kind of had a comeback in this, because I think he was like an unliked character until this movie came out. Alright, we're doing the High School Musical test.
Okay. Yes. If I don't get Ryan or Sharpay, this is rigged.
I mean, there's not that many characters. You got a good chance.
I know.
And I sent them already, Blake, so you're good.
Okay.
Oh, this one's gonna be interesting. I've never actually watched a High School Musical.
Jacob, what? We're gonna watch it, dude. We're gonna watch it. Pick a song. Royals, Espresso, I Wanna Hold Your Hand by the... No way. Mamma Mia by ABBA, dude? Hold on. I might have to pick ABBA. Single Ladies, Zombie by the... Ooh, Zombie by the Cranberries is nice, too. It's between Lord, ABBA, and Cranberries. I think I'm taking Mamma Mia, dude. Pick a song. Ain't No Mountain, dude? Nah. Every Breath? Nah. Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar? Might have to be Not Like Us, dude. Pick a song. It's just picking songs. Birds of a Feather. That's gonna be hard to beat. I'm gonna dance with somebody. My heart will go on. Tiny Dancer. Respect. I'm gonna have to go Birds of a Feather, dude. That's a banger.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Pick a song. All Star. Don't forget. Yeah. Guess. No. No, I don't like that song actually. Guess. I didn't think it was that good. Kiss the Girl. Love Yourself. Sweet Home Alabama. Dude, give me All Star by Smash Mouth.
Andrew's gonna be offended. You said Guess wasn't that good.
I don't like that song. I like her whole album. I did not like that song though. That song felt like what do you call it, like Shock Factor for like music. Like it was just trying to be like, look at me. It was not a good song. All right, Creep. Girls just want to. I got an echo. Okay, it's good.
A little bit.
People just say they've never seen High School Musical. What
Who
in the
hasn't?
world?
Dude, welcome to the chat. Deep Blakers.
Willow, I need you to go watch High School Musical like tonight.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good. I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. Mr.
It's
Brightside.
It's so cringe, but it's amazing.
It's just like Epic, but older.
Yeah.
Older and about high school. I'm taking Creep by
About
Radiohead.
high school.
What do you guys think about the theory that Sharpay is the good guy?
Yeah, I buy it.
Lumen
I
Ray,
love
dude, welcome to
Sharpay.
the chat. I didn't know you were here. I like
She's
Sharpay,
my
dude.
favorite.
I've seen a lot of good points on TikTok about how she's the hero, and I kind of agree.
Yeah, it's not her fault that her teacher let people try out for the positions after they closed.
Well, not even like the musical, that too, that's part of it, but also she just treats Troy better. Like
Yeah,
she's literally like, Troy, I'll do anything for you. I'll give up anything for you. And Gabriella's like, honestly, science has to come first. What kind of girl says science has to come first? What kind of answer is that?
no, that's kind of based.
Pick a song, dude. No way. Pick a song. Baby Got Back. Hell no. Dream On. No, they're problematic. They're canceled. Good Luck, Babe. Oh, I'm not even going to look at the rest. It's Good Luck, Babe. That could have been there with any song ever, and it would have been Good Luck, Babe. Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. Hotel, dude. Like a Virgin. Nothing compares to... I don't even know that one. Sweet Caroline. Umbrella. I'm probably gonna go with Sweet Caroline, dude. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Sorry, I didn't pick Hotel California, dude. It's okay. It's a good song. I like the Eagles, but I don't know. It's not the one I'm picking. Kelsey, dude. Who is Kelsey? Is that the piano girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Bohemian Rhapsody? Probably gonna have to be that. Water? No. Toxic. Oh, Toxic's kind of good, dude. I gotta say Bohemian Rhapsody. Holla Back Girl. Wannabe? Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. That's a good song. Why do you hate the Eagles, Corn? What's wrong with the Eagles? Don't Stop Believing. I Will Survive. Lose Control. Payphone. Since you've been on Wonder. Should I pick Wonderwall, dude?
Yes.
Well, anyway, here's Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. I got Kelsey too, dude. What the hell?
There's a lot of these in the chat.
Man, are all the answers just do all roads lead to Kelsey? Was this a fake test? Let me see.
I got
You
Troy.
got Troy. Ain't no way you're Troy. This is a bad test, brother.
Someone got-
Exactly.
I saw that in Discord.
Willow got Sharpay.
Keith got Chad.
I see Keith as a Chad, dude. That
Yeah.
makes sense. I don't
Willow
see
got Sharpay.
literally 4 of us as Kelsey. That one doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe you have a certain brand.
What does that mean? We're all ladies who play piano?
Yeah.
Alright, I know exactly your age based on how many of these outdated items you know. We'll see, BuzzFeed. Do you know what this is? Brother, I know exactly what that is. I just know that it's a VHS. I know that is a Rugrats movie on VHS.
Absolutely.
I know VHSs so well that I know that that's Rugrats.
We literally watch VHS every single night, so.
Literally everything about the Eagles is the worst. Why, dude? That is a VHS tape, brother. Oh yeah, after we get done like this, well, I'll go ahead and talk about it. So we got our VHS. My cousin Chris, which he's been on the streams and stuff, he helped us like fix my VHS because he's really good at fixing technology like that. And we've been like, I got like a huge collection of VHSs out. I mean, look at the room, dude. We've been watching a lot of VHSs. We watched Hercules last night. Do you know what this is? That's a pager.
For any of the girls in the chat, if y'all can agree, Barbie Swan Lake, put it in the chat because I know that's the best Barbie movie out there. Does anybody remember that?
This used for?
Or is it selective to me?
I remember it, and it's a good one, but I don't remember it being my favorite.
Oh my gosh, it was my favorite. I literally bought it on Amazon.
Besides the Cursed Pinocchio VHS, my favorite's Hercules. I think this may be used for holding candles, but I actually don't know what that is. Do you know what this is? I mean, it looks like a...
Porn would make fun of Swan Lake. I'm gonna fight him.
He said it has the best memes. I don't know what that is, dude. A shifter, a pasta maker?
Some of these images just really are not good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a sifter. No, it's a hand mincer.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know. I don't know which Barbie movie it is, but I love the one where the Barbie that's pregnant in the Barbie movie loses her Sudoku. Midge. She loses her Sudoku, and she goes, "No, Sudoku!" and jumps off it's like a waterfall to go catch it. She like jumps off like 10 feet in the air, or like way higher. What is that, dude? I know what that is. That's
Some of these aren't even like old people things. They're like, do you cook things? Like,
yeah.
No.
It's like, did you have a real specific job in the 80s?
Yeah.
Can you name this? That's In Sync, bro. I think that's a songster, if I'm not wrong. I do think that's a songster. What is this? That's a Blackberry, obviously. What is this? That is... I do think that's a milk frother. Or is that an egg beater? No, it's an egg beater.
Are you just making up stuff?
No, some of these I think are right. Look, Willow knows the Sudoku line, dude. Yeah, does anybody else a Sudoku head? So I love doing Sudoku.
Yeah, I do.
Sudoku's awesome. What about this? That's definitely not an iPad mini. GPS. That kind of does look like a GPS, but like GPSs can look like a lot of different things. Can you name this? That's a Walkman, right? Or I guess a cassette player. It looks like a Walkman to me. What is this? I don't know. That looks like nothing. That looks like a fade up, like a made up like piece of like nothing.
I understand. There's a lot of these that I'm like, this doesn't feel like something I would even know if I lived like in the 80s.
This looks like a Warhol like piece. I mean, this is garbage.
I'm gonna take this quiz to your grandma, see if she can get it right.
I do think this might be a pasta roller.
Oh, a pasta arm?
I think that you put the pasta in the top and it comes out, but I don't know. I don't know, bro. What this was used for? That's something to do with sewing. I know that's for sewing. Oh, no, if it's not sewing, then it's decorating icing cakes. Do you know what these are called? Disc? Do I know what this is? This is the GameCube. Everyone knows what the GameCube is. It's literally, it's a cube. That's crazy. Like, see, this one has no business on the same test as this one, dude. What is that? What is this? A nutcracker. I don't think a potato ricer? A ricer. What's the difference between a potato ricer and a ricer?
Yeah, I was confused why they would specify like that.
It looks like it could hold a potato. I'm going to say potato ricer. What is this? That looks like some kind of...
What is a potato ricer?
You got me, brother. I
It
don't know.
rices potatoes. It's a texture thing. It makes them into like little crumbs, basically. But like, it's a good texture.
This does look like
Okay.
a projector.
Like,
Obviously, that's an NES. Am I crazy? I'm not. Look, I don't think it matters what year you were born. You could be born like literally in 2010. Like you would know this isn't like a Wii or a PlayStation 1 or a Game Boy Color, right? Like no one's that crazy.
yeah, yeah. Some of these are really intuitive, but there's a lot of these that are just cooking things, and I'm like, I don't know if all of these are common knowledge.
Right. That's obviously Scholastic, dude. I know that because I spent so much dang money there.
I think you're just you think that everybody should know it because you know it.
Me?
Yeah, because like me and my sisters didn't grow up with a lot of video game stuff. I didn't know about half this stuff until I met you.
You didn't know this was an
Like,
NES? I bet you knew that was
I mean,
an NES.
I would probably guess that, but not the GameCube.
Well, maybe that is me being a little privileged. What was this contraption used for? That is for catching fish, obviously. No, I'm gonna say no. I don't think onions would come out, dude. I don't think anything. No food should go in that.
It's a pencil sharpener.
So that is obviously right. That's a Game Boy Advance. Can you name this machine? I mean, a Xerox machine, maybe.
This whole quiz is: do you play video games and do you cook?
Yeah.
Literally.
Were you? Did you work in administration, like for a high school in the '80s, or did you play video games in the 2000s?
Yeah.
Do you know what this is, dude? That is a slide projector. What is this? Yes, and this definitely looks like a pachinko machine, so I don't know. Automatic mixer? No, there's nothing to mix. A kitchen scale? Oh, I bet it's a kitchen scale. How would this be a measurement converter? That doesn't make any sense.
Bothering you so bad.
What about this? That's a pencil sharpener. A feminine product dispenser. Now it could be that. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not gonna roll that out yet. What is this? Now, I want to say that's a PC, but honestly, that don't look like nothing. And it's also an Acer. Yeah, that's a computer. But that doesn't really look like a computer I ever owned. Like, I had the Windows, like, 98, 97, 96. This don't look like any of that.
Yeah, that one confused me for a good bit because it looks very weird.
But it's got a bunch of computer brands on it that I recognize. What about this, dude? Yeah, I don't want to say what that is. A fruit juicer, an icebreaker, a cheese grater, or I don't know, man. Flour sifter? It's... I'm gonna say that is a cheese grater. No, it can't be. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's an icebreaker. That doesn't make sense because... Well, no, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but a cheese grater, we still use those, and, like, I don't feel like the current cheese grating design probably hasn't evolved much over time. It probably is just a simple little design.
Yeah, I agree.
But my question is, what is an icebreaker?
Breaks your ice, dude.
Break up spice.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what is a flour sifter?
Do you freeze your ice in just one big rock or something?
Wait, you don't sift flour?
I don't know. I don't use flour, dude.
You do sift flour.
Yeah.
But do you need a flour
I was
sifter?
I was
Yeah.
wondering why you would need an icebreaker, because are you freezing your ice in one big glob?
Some countries do
there
that.
Yeah, some countries do that. It used to be very common to just like get chunks of ice and then like shave off what you needed, like for drinks or for like desserts and stuff.
Alright. Whatever y'all say.
I don't know what this is. And that's like an old like hair comb. But then I get down here and it's like beef shredder, cake breaker. I'm gonna say it's for cakes because like I imagine they would maybe use that to like get a slice of cake. I don't know. It's not a blender or a fork. I don't know, man.
Damn, Jacob, you're old.
I am.
What'd you get, Jacob?
I'm a millennial.
Millennial, dude, you're like the opposite. You're literally like, what do they call him now,
It's
dude?
because he's around older people. That's why.
What's after
But
Gen
it's
Z?
specifically
Gen X, I think.
W44.
Yeah.
What is this? Portable DVD player, I get. Yeah, it
44
looks...
years old.
What about this?
Matt got 33.
Yeah.
Wait, Keith said they got his exactly right.
I'm gonna say a card organizer. I don't know. What was this? That's just a cane. What do you mean? Was this tool used for? That's just a cane. Playing kickball. Maybe if you need a cane. I think it was for opening windows, actually. What was
That's
this?
what I put.
Used for heating? Bread, eggs, potatoes, or hot dog? Oh, I think... I don't know, man. Hot dogs.
Yeah, that thing looked like a grade A hot dog heater to me.
Okay, obviously that's the Atari.
This is making me laugh, bro. That's weird.
The game. There's no such thing as the game box, dude. I've taken video game class. That's not a game box. Is that real?
I don't think so.
I've never heard of a game box. I've studied all of them, dude. I know what the Magna box is. I've never heard of a game box.
It's like the old knockoff version of a GameCube.
Oh, is that what it was?
I don't know.
There's no way it's a
It's just
real
what it sounds like.
licensed game. I refuse to believe someone called it the game box. Let's see. Finally, what is this, dude? Okay. Smoothie stand, a drink master, a bubbler, a milkshaker. That kind of looks like a milkshaker. You're a millennial. I'm not. But
What's your exact
Well,
age?
30. It says I'm 36.
Oh,
Man.
you're younger than I am.
It's a little
Older
off.
than me.
Little off. Alright, dude. Let's run one more, dude. What else do we have? Which DreamWorks character you most like? Are you not a millennial? No, I'm not. I'm a Gen Z. I'm actually the oldest Gen Z alive. On the second I was born is when they said, alright, now they're Gen Z. I'm the Gandalf
That
of
is
Gen
not
Z.
true.
Yes, it is.
It's your year, but you're born in February, so you gotta think all the people who were born in January.
None that year were born in January.
Gen Z starts at 1997, y'all, so that's why
They-
you technically could find a Gen Zer.
It's true, but it's kind of a crazy fact that no babies were born in 1997 until February 25th.
Yep.
Oh,
Can confirm.
I'm the oldest Gen Z. I'm the Gandalf of the Gen Z.
not the Gandalf of Gen Z. That's
I am.
crazy.
I am. Yeah, we're this. I
You
guess we're the
and
same age. Dude, he's the second oldest. Dude, he is the Frodo of Gen Z. Corn, I will say, I think 97, the special year 97, like some of the best things ever. Titanic came out in 97.
No, 99's better.
Nothing good happened in 99.
Yes, it did. We tipped the scales into the 2000s.
It's been bad since. It's been so bad since.
Yeah, because y'all were born.
You were what? You're not making any sense, brother. You can't even defend. You can't even defend your own generation.
Yeah.
If you could describe yourself in one word, what would it be, dude? I don't know. Chat, quick. How would you guys describe me?
Energetic.
Energetic?
Or charming.
Charming? I like that one better.
Rude.
Rude? I'm not rude. Rude's not even on here.
I'm just looking.
Happy.
You got two happy.
Alright, I'm going with happy, dude. I got two happies. I'm locking in happy. What Shrek character is your favorite? Who is... Oh, Gingy, like Gingerbread Man? Introverted, dude? No way. I'm so outgoing. I don't hide away in my house, like, literally 24/7, except for Wednesdays. I think my favorite character is... I don't know, man. I guess I would say Donkey. What movie genre is your favorite? I don't know, man. This is kind of weird because it depends on, like, a good movie's a good movie. Because I don't really like action movies, but I like superhero movies. I'm going to go and say horror. Which DreamWorks song is your favorite? I like to move it where no one goes. I don't even know what that is. Accidentally in Love. Okay, am I wrong in saying "Accidentally in Love" is not a DreamWorks song? Like that's a real song by a real band.
It's probably just reused.
It's
That's
by.
why they said.
I believe it's
Yeah,
by.
but so is I Like to Move It, right?
No, I thought that was from Madagascar originally.
No, that's 1 second.
"Accidentally in Love" is by Counting Crows. That's a real song.
Yeah, no, I Like to Move It was a real song.
Who's it
Came out
by?
in 1994. Reel to Reel.
Okay, it sounds
That's just
suspicious.
how real it is.
I'm saying "Accidentally in Love." Which holiday is your favorite, dude? God, I don't know, man. I like Halloween for the aesthetic, but I like Christmas because I like the temperature and like pretty much everything else. I'm gonna go with Christmas. Which DreamWorks animal is your favorite? Master Shifu. Is that the guy from Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah. It's the little old guy.
Toothless? Dude, I don't know most of these except for like I know King Julian, I know Toothless, Donkey. Who's RJ?
The raccoon from Over the Hedge.
Oh, okay. I'm going with King
I
Julian.
forgot about him.
Yeah.
What decade would you time travel to? Man, I don't know, man. They all seem kind of bad in their own way. I wouldn't want to be
that's
some.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I kind of wouldn't want to go anywhere that didn't have like the internet access like on my fingertips like I have right now. I'm gonna go with
No.
the 90s. What's your favorite
2000s
color?
would be the closest to the internet.
What's your favorite color? Pink. What is your favorite kind of dessert? Dude, I love a good cookie. I ain't gonna lie, I love a good cookie.
Hell yeah.
Pick a
I put
DreamWorks
the
quote.
exact same thing.
Oh, sure, they have armies and they have armadas, but we have our dragons. Stupid. Nope. Ogres are like onions. Goated.
Yep.
Cute and cuddly boys. Sounds good. Nah, this one's stupid. It's too real. Let's see. I'm gonna go with ogres are like onions. I'm Shrek. Goated.
You got the same as Willow and Keith. They both got
Nice.
Shrek as well.
Shrek gang rise up, dude. I think I am kind of like Shrek in a lot of ways. I see myself in a Shrek fashion. How many
Are
more
you
do
gonna
we
do
have?
any more?
I guess I don't know if I'm gonna do all because it is almost 9. Well, you know what? We'll
you got
save it. I think we'll save those for another time.
And you also have the art.
Yeah, because I want to wrap up with that.
Mm.
So,
Actually, I feel like I got the opposite of what I am with Alex.
Yeah, same, honestly.
you got who, Jacob?
Alex, the lion from Madagascar.
Oh, yeah. I don't really see using Alex. Let me see. Let me look through my topics, dude. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about, and you guys may not think it's cool or interesting or care. I've been really excited about the Superman movie. Like, I'm very hopeful for it. And what do you guys think about it?
Don't know anything at all about it.
I've seen the color grading, which I enjoy, because I feel like a lot of movies are too dark right now.
Yeah.
That's
And
all I got.
that's actually what I wanted to talk about, but not in an art standpoint. I think, honestly, obviously, like, everyone knows what's plagued the DC superhero movies for a long time, is that they're too gritty, they're too edgy, they're hiring too many problematic actors, but obviously, like, people joke about, like, The Dark Knight was really good, and they were just like, yeah, let's always make our movies dark and gritty. And I think, like, after The Dark Knight, we were already over it, and then they went and made, like, 20 more or something that we didn't like. But I'll be honest, like, me and Cynthia talked about this, like, I had, like, a serious adult conversation the other night about, like, how the world feels very bleak and dark right now when you go online. Like, sometimes when you look online, everything just looks bad and terrible, and like the world's kind of like in a kind of like a hopeless place. If you like were to look online and get people's like general vibes, you know. And I think it's kind of like Superman's always been a character that represents like hope and genuine good for the sake of being good, you know, and that kind of thing. And I think if this movie is what Superman fans want it to be, and don't get me wrong, literally one of my favorite comics is Superman Red Sun, which is like What If Superman Was Evil story. It's one of the original ones. But I'm kind of sick and tired of what if Superman was evil, what if superheroes were evil. Like, I'm kind of over it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's cool when, like, the world's, like, happy and great, and it's kind of cool to, like, look at that kind of stuff, but I really think the world, like, as just a vibe, as, like, a kind of, like, a headspace that we're all in, I think we could really use a just genuine, saves everyone, does no wrong Superman movie, and I'm really hopeful that it's going to be that and good, and, you know, I'm really excited for it. I think we could use a good Superman movie.
Yeah. Honestly, I am with you. I've seen a lot of people be like, oh my god, they're making Superman too happy. They're making him... But I'm like, no, he's supposed to be just like this little guy that's like happy to help people and is just saving the world.
Yeah. Because, like, well, the thing is, like, all these shows and movies, and you know, like, at first it was original and, like, it was cool, but honestly, like, I'm so over, like, the what if heroes were evil thing, because it's like, I don't know. I guess, like, it's easy to look at, like, oh, what if humans got superpowers and they were bad? You know, most humans are bad. It's like, yeah, it's really easy to say and think, but, like, honestly, I'd really like to think, I know it wouldn't be perfect, but I like to think if I had, like, Superman powers, genuinely, I would be mostly good. You know what I mean? I like to think that not every person on Earth would be like, yeah, I'm going to take over the world and destroy everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I'm really just... I'm very hopeful. Like, I really think this movie could be like you know, those movies that define generations, you know what I mean? Like, the movies that just, like, stick with people. Like, it represents more than just a movie. It's like a piece of art that represents, like, the time frame it was made in, you know? I'm honestly just really, like, hopeful that this movie is that for, like, the future.
Yeah. I'm completely with you. I want more genuine stories. I want more genuine characters. I'm tired of grittiness. I'm tired of being like, no.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the media that I consume making me as sad as real life makes me.
Yeah, dude. You know, when's the last good comedy you saw? Like a new comedy movie you saw that was funny or it made you have a good time?
Oh. I liked Bottoms. Bottoms actually made me have a legitimately good time.
I haven't seen it or heard of it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But that's the thing. Like, it's not super popular.
Yeah. I think the last movie that genuinely, like, in theaters made me, like, crack up that was, like, a comedy was Good Boys. Was really funny. And that's been forever now. Like, I just think we need something, like, you know, funny or hopeful or something good. Something positive. I think we need something positive, dude. I don't want to see anything negative. That's why I kind of loved the Thunderbolts, honestly, is because I thought it was going to be a more dark, gritty movie, and it wasn't, and that really just, I thought it was going to be good, but it was a lot better than I thought. What is your opinion on the Batman 2022? Personally loved it, especially the Riddler. So I'll get back to you, Corn. I'm going to go through that one real quick. I have thoughts about that movie. I think it's mostly good. I'll be honest, the beginning of it had me hooked. I was captivated, dude. The idea of, like, Batman as a symbol is such a cool idea. That's kind of what his character is, right? And I love the idea of, like, him going through the monologue and showing all the different criminals across the city, kind of looking over their shoulder, and him kind of giving this, like, you know, I can't be everywhere, but I could be where you're at, kind of like a dialogue, and then one criminal looks up and he's there. It was really cool, and I thought it was also made Batman feel very human, because a lot of times people overdo what Batman is, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's why so many, like, comic book fans are like, Batman could be any character in a fight with prep time, you know, that kind of stupid thing. But I love the part where he's, like, keeps going into the Penguin's, like, club or whatever, and he keeps just, like, smacking the dude at the door to get in. Like, he doesn't sneak in yet, because it's like Batman Year One. He's not sneaking in. He's not, like, got some kind of high-tech device to, like a drone that listens in through the walls. He's just literally walking up to the front door and punching the guards and, like, walking through. I thought that was funny and hilarious. And one of my favorite comics I've ever read is Batman Year One. And it was very like, oh yeah, it's just like that, dude. It's him before he's figured out how to Batman. But like also what Corn said, it is too long. That movie could have been so much better. There's like 2 movies stuffed together in that one, dude. Like they could have left most of the Penguin stuff out of it, and everything would have been a better movie. And also, I think it's very anticlimactic. The ending's not as cool. Like it hypes up to this big moment that's not that crazy. I think it was overall pretty good, but I think it kind of got in its own way from being great. And to answer Corn, your questioner, you said, I appreciate genuine and kind Superman, but could also see the concept of Superman overall not working right now. Yeah, no, and that's the thing, right? I totally get that, but I really want to see a good Superman. Like, I don't know if it'll work. I think if any director can do it, James Gunn can. Because, I mean, let's be honest, like, I love comic books, but, like, I didn't know who the hell the Guardians of the Galaxy were. You know what I mean? That name meant nothing to me right up until I saw them. And now they're, like, one of my favorite movies. You know, I love them. They're, like, some of the best of the MCU. Yeah, and I did like Robert Pattinson, but, like, I don't know. What do you guys think about the Batman movie? Do you guys have any similar thoughts, or?
I haven't seen it yet, which is weird because I love Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, he did a good job, but I really think it's the writing that kind of held that movie back. And not that it wasn't just bad; it was good. I really think it was too long, and it was trying to say too much. But also that may be like, hey, you get pretty much one movie, and probably the writers, director, everyone, they had a lot more to say than maybe they thought they would have the time for. And they probably were smart enough to know superhero fatigue is in full swing, so they were probably worried they wouldn't get a sequel, so they probably tried to stuff too much into it. I don't know.
Possibly. I don't know. I need to watch it so that I can know anything about what actually happened.
Yeah, you should watch. It's pretty good. It's worth watching, even if it's not my favorite superhero movie. It's still a decent enough Batman movie. It's also Batman. It's hard to make a good Batman movie because The Dark Knight is really good. I mean, it's undeniably good. It's damn near perfect. So it's really hard to make good Batman movies because like they're always going to be compared to The Dark Knight. Also, Korn makes a good point about how like Superman, his whole deal is that he's super powerful. And, you know, with fascism being like a hot topic, and stuff like it can sound like a cop. I get that. And I'll tell you one of my favorite things about Superman, though. I love this. His character, which I think James Gunn talked about this in an interview. His character, the reason people laugh at him, you know, he wears his underwear inside out, he wears the tights. The reason his character is designed like that is when they designed him in the comics, they wanted him to look like a professional wrestler. So that kids, like, felt welcoming. You know what I mean? Like, they designed him to look stupid on purpose so that he didn't make kids freak out when he lifted up, like, buses and stuff. He was supposed to be like a Hulk Hogan, a John Cena. He was supposed to look kind of silly and goofy and over the top. And that's what I want more of. I don't want his... Which they are putting the tights, like, the way they should be. But I don't want... Hey, pal. I don't want them to, like, make Superman cool. You know what I mean? I don't want him to be cool and modernized. I literally want an updated, like, 60s, 70s Superman, because I love the idea of, like, looking stupid so kids can enjoy you.
Hell yeah.
And I gotta say, dude, that's kind of real. Like, if you're not into wrestling or you never were into wrestling, you may not feel this vibe, and it's not even something I think you can feel anymore, but... If you grew up in the 2000s watching wrestling like I did, and you like John Cena, dude, that is a real life... He sucks now, no doubt. Like, I don't like who he is as, like, an entertainer anymore. But if you grew up with him in the 2000s, dude, undeniably, he was, like, a real life Superman. If you were a little kid who bought into wrestling, that's, like, a real life human who can do anything and could beat up anybody evil and was perfect. And it is kind of cool as a kid to have that, like... vision of a surreal hero, and I think, I mean, what superhero do kids have like that now? You know what I mean? Like Spider-Man, and that's... I don't mean, like, I don't dislike John Cena as a heel. I mean that I don't like I think it could have been fine that he's a heel. I don't like that he purposely was like, I don't want to make wrestling good. I want to ruin it. I think I'm getting a nerd wrestling talk, but Dave Meltzer said it the best when he reviewed that WrestleMania match, and he said, you did ruin wrestling, but unfortunately you didn't ruin it in the cool meta way you wanted to. You just ruined it.
Very accurate.
Sorry, anyway, I was rambling about wrestling, but what were you guys saying about... Anyone else have anything to add in?
No, I'm just listening because I haven't seen much superhero stuff lately.
Are we ready for the arc now?
I think so. Also, let me say this. I don't really read comics anymore, but if you like superhero stuff, dude, know that movies are not the end-all be-all of superheroes. Like, get into comics, because comic books are awesome. There was a story on DC I was reading, and I've read it, and it's called DC versus Vampires, and it's just good. It's cool literature. Like, get past, like, it's a comic, it's mostly art, like, it's beautiful, but also the story was so damn cool, dude. It was so engaging and fun, and it felt, every week I was on the edge of my seat, like, what's gonna happen, dude? I was on Twitter, like, talking to the author, because it was just so, like, such a cool story, and about just, like, what happens if vampires, like, infiltrated DC and, like, took over, like, like, not just the Justice League, but, like, superheroes, supervillains. Like, it was kind of like a Among Us type, like, who's a vampire. It was so cool and fun, and the plot twist is wild. And just, if you like superhero stuff, I think movies could get on the right track. I think Thunderbolts did a good job, and Superman will do a good job. But, man, try reading comics, because they're awesome. Like, some comics are just, especially DC. Marvel's got good comics, too, but DC has such good comics compared to their movies. It's unbelievable how good the DC comics are. And I don't know why they can't translate some of that to, like, the film, but they can't. But try out comics if you're into that kind of stuff, dude, because there's some really good stuff out there. But with that being said, dude, yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll go look at these art submissions.
Hell yeah.
Let's see.
I cheated and peeked at all of them, and this is a really good week for the art.
I think this is where we started, right here. And graphic novels in general, oh, that's good too. That's true. All right, so let's see. Mm-hmm. No, that's that's where it ended. My Pokemon submission is Pikachu and a female human. Let's see it. This is Andrea. Okay. Very cute. Let's see. I like that a lot.
Hell yeah.
Fun fact.
I like all that.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I like all the design, like, aspects of that. It feels very, like, cool girl in the mall in 2000. Like, I vibe with it. I like the little, like, arm warmer things, and the bag's cute, and yes.
Well, let me read this name. This is a long name. How does... What? I'm not reading all that, dude. Sorry, I got a tiny little chat over there, and you got a long name. Yeah, welcome to the Discord, and you can join, dude. Just send some Pokemon or whatever, or using whatever. But yeah, we do weekly art showcases every week, so you're happy to join in, dude. Join in the Discord. You can do that every week with us. Yeah, I agree, though. The little details really make it. You know, the Pokeballs everywhere. It feels very Pikachu, you know? And I was going to say, just a fun fact, not really related to the art. My first shiny Pokemon ever was a Pikachu.
Wow.
Sorry, Giratina and Shaman.
Great job, Andrea.
Yeah, good job. I really loved that.
Yeah.
Let's see this. So, I don't know what this Pokemon's name is. I know the green one. I don't know Pokemon like I used to, so I don't know what this green one is. I know that's from the new games. Sprigatito, and I don't know what the yellow one is either. Unless it's
really
Leafeon.
like that evolution line. It's probably one of my favorites.
There's my picture. I'm not an artist, but I gotta say, like, I'm not really good at art. You saw my last week's work. This is probably as good as it's gonna get. The only thing I wish I would have done better is you can see like where I drew a little too hard and I couldn't erase like the lines and stuff. But besides that, I was pretty happy with it.
I love them. I love that you did like 3 different little Pokemon, and I love the Wingles.
Also,
because, yeah.
I want to say thanks everyone for joining in. I'm sorry, I didn't know if someone was like in here rating us or like I didn't know what was going on. So, but I appreciate everyone first time chatters. If you guys are cool and you're not rating us, I like that. Thank you and welcome to the stream. I'm sure you're all good people, dude, who wouldn't do that. I'm sure you're all fine people. But I just do Winkle's my favorite like bird Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon. I just wanted to draw him real bad, and I was like, what's something else that flies I could throw in there, dude? And I just threw in a little Drifloon. So I thought it would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and this is what Cynthia did. I like this one a lot, dude, because it's different. It's a Pokemon card.
Thank you. I
Hell
wanted
yeah.
to this.
This
That
is
was so good. I like that pose for Sylveon.
Yeah, dude, it's like a dark Sylveon. They kind of did a throwback to like when they used to do like dark and evil cards. I really loved it. I love all just the little details of like the 25th stamp, and even under Illustrator, she changed it to her name. I thought that was really funny.
Hell yeah.
Low-key jacked their art and put my name on it.
Yeah, you can see right here. There's the real Illustrator, Ryan Puce or
Feel
something.
like an artist.
It's not stealing; it's copy.
Oh,
I gave him credit. I posted the real card.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. There's just a quote in the art community where it's like steal like an artist, and it just basically means finding heavy inspiration and stuff.
Here's Babs, dude. Let's see what Babs did. Oh, it's Luxray, dude. I love that. I really like how they had all the background art of the Luxray cards. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I'm a big Luxray fan. I actually, I'm playing through Diamond and Pearl right now. I just kind of play through the Pokemon games all the time while I'm like chilling and watching TV and stuff. I just play Pokemon constantly, at least like Gens 1 through 7 anyway. And I just talking about how much I love Luxray. I'm not using a Luxray for like the first time ever in Diamond and Pearl. Like I'm not. I use it every time. I have to not use it. I love that, dude. Big fan of the Luxray art. And then we have by Keith. Mimikyu is a person. Also, dude, if you know me, you know how I feel about Mimikyu. Probably like my second or third favorite Pokemon. Big Mimikyu head. I really like this. I think it really captures like the personality of what Mimikyu is, but as a person, I like that.
Looks
Yeah.
great.
The texture on like the skirt is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I really like that. Everybody did so.
I just love, dude, this is so cool. Just watching how talented everyone is, and like, I love that. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause I'm not really that talented. I think that like, if I'm gonna ask other people to do it, I should at least be a part of it too and try and draw something, you know. But I recognize that I'm not really an artist, and it's not like something I would like put my name on. Like, oh, I'm an artist. I draw. You know what I mean? But I love how like just everyone in here does, and they're so talented, dude. It's really cool.
Hell yeah, we've got a lot of great people in here.
And then
And we're
here-
also supportive. So sweet. I just love them.
Absolutely. I was gonna draw a thing that was gonna be like a parody of the birth of Venus, and
Mhm.
it was gonna be fun. And then my computer messed up.
I see the vision, dude. I see it.
Yeah, I just picked my 6 favorite Pokemon and was gonna go with it.
Oh,
But-
Luminary, that's okay because I haven't looked at them. So like, if you would have posted them earlier, you probably want to spoil them if you don't want me to see it. But I haven't seen it yet, so it'll be fine either way. It'll be the first time I see it. Oh, here it is, dude. Snom. Oh, I love Snom. I was just showing Cynthia a Snom art card. I would just love to have. It's like a photorealistic Snom. I love, dude. I have a shiny Snom card. I love Snom. Very cute.
The viewers just keep shooting up. I'm scared we're gonna get like what happened
It's
a minute ago.
fine.
Are we
If
okay
it
to scroll?
happens, yeah, you're good to scroll.
Okay.
All right.
I just got nervous because somebody asked for the Discord. I'm not blaming them. I just get scared again.
And here's Willow. So
Beautiful.
yeah, Willow does a lot of drawing in WebFishing. That's where they're always like, brother, by the way, here's the art I did while you were streaming.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And here,
I'm gonna mute myself
there's
so they
Jacob.
don't hear the twice.
Okay. No, you don't have to spoil her no matter what. We do that because on every Wednesday we do like a webfish, or not webfish, like for the webfishing streams, we do like an art showcase with a theme, and we spoil it so I won't look at them before I do the stream. But if you just want to post something to post, you don't have to. You don't even have to spoil it if you don't want to. That's just if you want it to be a surprise.
Yeah. It's to hide it from the streamer.
But it's really up to you. It's you know, user discretion, and also just I don't want people to think they can only post like for the art showcase. You can post art whenever, whatever. I love these. That's very cool, Willow. And then here is your Sparrow. Yeah, Sparrow.
Yeah, Yeah, Spiro.
Nice.
I drew it last year, so it's very old, but I decided just to go grab something.
The only thing is, I noticed that this one is regular and not literally piss yellow, so no shiny.
Yeah.
But I love new.
My friend and I were doing like speed doodles.
Does anybody else judge you because that's your favorite Pokemon? Is it just me? Am I the only bully?
Oh, everyone judges me. Don't worry.
Well, guys, that was.
But I like the little bird.
It's cute, dude. I mean, it looks much better here than. What'd you say, Cynthia?
What's going to be the theme for next week?
Well,
We have
Andrea.
a few more people.
Andrea had a suggestion. She said do something out of Fortnite. How does
We can do like skin or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh, Corn has one. Hold on.
Oh, wait,
Corn's.
Corn.
Yeah. Let's wait for Corn. Also, everyone, real quick, while we're waiting on Corn, dude, send an idea. For Fortnite's a good idea. Everyone send an idea if you want for what we should do for this week's theme. Now, what is that? Corn, I've seen you draw beautiful, beautiful art. I thought I was going to see something gorgeous, and now what I've seen is what I imagine Pikachu looks like if he's a sleep paralysis demon.
Oh, he's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love him. I love the attention to detail. I love the toes. He's got beautiful, beautiful eyes.
I can't, the thing is, all art is beautiful and should be praised. And so I have to say that I love the details on the toes. I'm a big fan of what you did with his toes. You took
Great
some
job, Corn.
artistic liberties.
Nice toes.
But, dude, all around, I think we had a successful WebFishing Wednesday. So, let's see. I think we're going to do Fortnite is the theme. So, just draw, like, a skin in Fortnite, a character in Fortnite, something Fortnite related, you know what I mean? Something from Fortnite. I think that'll be cool. I had a great time, dude. I appreciate everyone being here. I gotta say, before we go, it just means the world to me how active the Discord has been and how, like, much it's growing. And, and of course, always don't invite people who are going to raid and get me in trouble, obviously. But invite your real friends that are good, decent people. I just love watching everyone do the art, talking about their interests, asking each other questions, just cool stuff like that, dude. It actually really just makes me happy to know that we're building like a little community. That means a lot. Because someone had asked earlier about streaming and if I would do it for a living, and like, of course, I would love to do this for a living, but I gotta say that like I went into this just kind of wanting to stream, and I do not hate you guys. What in the world? I hear him. Do you guys not hear me? Oh, you don't hear me on Discord. Oh, I see. 1 second. Chat can hear me. I literally just closed them out of Discord. Hey guys, welcome back.
Thank you.
I
want to yap. I want to talk.
I straight up just closed Discord. I'm so bad at this. I was just giving a heartfelt speech too about the Discord.
I'm being silenced. I'm being oppressed.
You guys may have missed it. Anyway, what I was saying was basically I'm just so proud of the community for like growing and everything. I was telling people, don't invite trolls or anything, but invite your real friends if you want, dude. Because I was saying like because they had asked earlier if I would stream for a living, and I really didn't start this with the crazy intention of like I'm gonna do this and make money and anything. Oh, thank you, an Evagar Mocha. An average mocha. Dude, I cannot read when they're all pushed together like that. An average mocha. Thank you so much for joining, dude. Thank you for the follow. Also, by the way, since John Cena sucks now, dude, I love my little new follower notification. Pretty nice.
Oh, that's cute.
But, yeah, I was just saying, dude, I appreciate everyone growing the Discord. And it really means a lot because, like, when I got into streaming, I didn't plan for it to be like a thing I was going to stream and make money and be famous. I just wanted to, it's like a dream of mine to have always have done it and entertain people, and I wanted to try it, and to build a little community has been like, it's really been amazing. Like I said earlier, it's like a form of therapy. It's just, it makes me so happy to do it, and I just can't express to you guys how, like, important it is to me, I guess. So I just want to keep it growing, dude, and I just any feedback's always appreciated because I want to make it the best for you guys. It's nothing without the community, so I want to grow and make it better for everybody. Anybody else have anything to add before we head out?
We might have missed it, but what did you say for sure the topic was going to be Fortnite?
It's gonna be Fortnite. Yeah, we're locked in. We're doing Fortnite.
Alrighty.
And it can be collab anything.
Yeah, it could be a skin, any kind of collab they've done. It could be a character. It could be like an item, something from Fortnite. It could be anything.
Hell yeah. If my computer is here by then, I will hopefully have a doodle. If not, I might be sitting this one out, unfortunately.
I showed Cynthia what I drew my first picture from the first week on. It was literally like the size of it's like a little notepad I drew on.
Hell yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it. We had another successful week. Can we send the Discord one more time for anybody in there? Just if you want to be part of the art showcase or just chat with people, we always have a good time in there, dude. Yesterday we had like a meme off. We just kind of yap and do whatever in the Discord, dude, and it's so much fun. But the art, I think, is the best part of not the best. You know what I mean? Like it's very cool that we've set up like a weekly art thing. That's very fun. I like being part of it, and it's helped me like kind of get out of my comfort zone and draw because I hate doing art, but it's been fun, and I actually put a real effort in.
I wanted to ask, do you want a separate channel just for the weekly art showcase specifically?
I don't think we need one. If it becomes a thing, like a problem, maybe we can move it over. I think as of now, it's not too bad.
All right, hell yeah.
What happened with the Discord is we don't talk about that, dude. That will go down in infamy as the second tower of the Discord.
I didn't know that could happen. It scared me. I started getting startled. I was like,
No, I've seen worse ones. I've seen ones where people spam gore.
I can't wait to ask Cynthia what was in there, dude. But thank you. You guys have a good night too. But Jacob, do you have anything, dude? You've been kind of quiet.
Not that I can think of. All the art was great.
Wow. Thanks, Jacob.
I like it.
Are you gonna be in
what Corn made? I don't know about that.
I know you're not an artist either. Are you gonna be doing art next week with us?
I might.
You should.
What was my brain has been kind of half cut off. What was the...
Fortnite.
What were we doing again?
Fortnite.
Okay.
Well, guys...
Go
ahead.
I've still got a seagull act up I've got to draw.
You're still drawing the seagull
Hell
from...
yeah.
That's funny.
Well, man, seagulls.
if nobody has anything else to add, dude, I'm gonna say one last time, dude. I kind of feel like I'm on my soapbox, but I love this community so much, dude. And I appreciate everyone supporting. The other day, because like Wednesdays always do really well, and they always have a good time. But the other night, I was just playing on like Friday. I think it was Friday. I just randomly playing some Wild Frost, and a lot of people stopped by, and it was fun, dude. And I just like, wow, dude, this is really like more than I ever thought it would be. It's so much fun, and I just appreciate everybody. So and I'll commit to keep trying to make it better and just hone my skills. Try to mostly make Mac and Cynthia and Jacob be better at this. I'm perfect, but you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
I definitely didn't close Discord on my friends so that I couldn't hear them.
No. The streamer always does exactly what he means to do.
Yeah, dude, it's art. You guys wouldn't get it.
My Discord is dying.
Oh no. Well, with that, guys, dude, it's been another successful Wednesday for fishing on the web. I appreciate everyone, dude. I hope everyone has a great night. I hope everyone joins the Discord if you're not already, dude, because that's the place to be if you want to see Pikachu with toes, for sure.
You can see my reaction to it in Discord.
Well,
Yes.
everyone, thank you guys for being here. Also, like, thank you, Mac and Cynthia and Jacob. You guys always are here, sticking it out with me, dude.
Of course. It's so fun doing this. This is literally like one of the highlights of my week. I love hanging out. I love yapping. I love all the art. This community is great when we're not being raided.
Oh, I actually think it brought us together, dude. You know what I mean? Like, we all stood strong. We rebuilt.
Yeah, we rebuilt after the disaster.
The first responders, dude, were in there, like, shutting it down, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, I am a first responder in real
hell
life.
yeah, dude.
But yeah.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Saluting emoji.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite
we
emoji,
love
dude. I use that so much.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, you know, I think I've said everything I can say, dude. I just appreciate you all so much, and yeah, you know, this has just been a dream come true doing all this, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their Wednesday night. I'm probably about to go watch some Barbie Swan Lake on VHS, dude. So I'll talk to everybody
Yes.
later.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.